All right, it's your boy Rod, and we're going to talk about our feelings. Sometimes the holidays suck, not because of Santa or the capitalism and commercialization of Christmas. Sometimes the holidays suck because a loved one won't be at the table this year. Sometimes the holidays because loved ones who can be at the table choose not to be there. And sometimes, well, people be broke. There's a litany of other reasons, and it's hard out here. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes holidays are a little more than sad and then give way to depression and anxiety. Seasonal depression can take hold and you can feel like nothing is going right. However, studies have shown that expressing gratitude for what can change your outlook on things. Gratitude is an emotion that grounds us and gives us a great way to balance out the negative mindset that uncertainty enganders. Said Dr. Guy Winch, author of the book Emotional First Aid. So when I began to feel myself withdraw from my friends and began to feel myself feel irritable, I knew I had to do something and take action. And so, you know what? I decided to do the most. So here we have it. We have 25 days of gratitude. It's been a project I've worked on for the past few weeks. I've selected people that have impacted my life and well, expressed my gratitude for them. And the next few videos are what I found out. Stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. And he's been like that with everybody that he knows. I know. He's been like that with everybody he's around. And what I take from that is that being a genuine person and being someone that's a solid individual is something that you take pride in.
I do, and I appreciate that. I do.
No, definitely. And he's always been like that. He's always been a grower. He's always been working on himself, but he's always been ridiculously humble. He's been a ridiculously humble person, probably more humble than he needs to be. And
I hear that a lot.
And he's got one of the illest shoe collections that I know. Like my man keeps a fresh pair of shoes, and as Fox, or I guess faux sneakerhead, I can really appreciate that because as a man, we take care of the things that we like.
Definitely.
Family, cars, people, friends, and shoes. For some of us, is one of those things.
Definitely.
And for people that are watching this, to kind of gauge what type of person you have, your type of person you're dealing with, watch the things that he cares about and watch how he takes care of them. So, for example, he takes care of his friends, takes care of his relationships, and then a man takes care of his shoes. I've never seen a man with a dirty pair of shoes in my life, except for the shoes that need to be dirty, like track spikes and running shoes.
Definitely. I appreciate it, man.
No, but no, this list wasn't supposed to be long, wasn't supposed to be super, I guess, bigger than what it needed to be. But I definitely wanted to express my gratitude to you for being a continued part of my growth and development. I know being my friend is probably not the easiest thing in the world at times because I'm either on the go or absent or doing something or going through something. But your continued presence is definitely something I can always appreciate. And I can't wait to see where we end up next and get old with the old gray dreadlocks.
Definitely.
And definitely just want to keep you part of my circle for as long as I can.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. And I want to say that I'm proud of you, man. I really am. I have seen you, and like you said, we've known each other for a very long time. And the growth that I've seen from when I met you to today, man, it's been amazing to watch. Like I said earlier, man, you wear a lot of hats, but you wear them well. I don't know one person that has a magazine, who's a DJ, who's a chef, you know, like
I could have went the rest of my life without hearing about that magazine ever again.
Dude, but you did it though.
I did do it.
Yeah, and you executed that idea. And that is one thing that I've always admired about you is when you said that you're going to do something, you go out and do it. And it doesn't matter if you have people behind you or not, you'll figure it out. And man, that's honorable. So, and we are alike in a lot of ways, man. I think our relationship works because we are so much alike. I go through my things. Like you said, I'm always running. I'm always doing something. And you allow me the space to still be my boy because I consider you a really good friend. So when there's space between us, I don't ever feel like, oh, I got to check in. He might feel some type of way. You never made me feel that type of way. And that's appreciated, man, because, I suffer from anxiety and depression myself. And a lot of times it's hard to reach out to people, even when you know that you need to. And you always given me that space to always be my friend, even if I wasn't being the best friend. That is appreciated. And I respect and I love you for the person that you are.
Definitely, man. The way I view the world is kind of different than a lot of people. I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase before called like I match energy, or
Mhm.
people that say people that say things like that. And
Definitely.
I never quite understood that because there's a couple of reasons why I don't understand that. My energy is usually even at my lowest is geared towards I need to be as the best version of me as I can, and I make myself available to whoever at wherever space they're at. So
Definitely.
the example I gave is kind of the achievements kind of standard in education, to where if you have a student and they go through the whole entire year and they have say the easiest way to explain it is to say you have a test and
Hmm.
student A got a 90 on the test at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year you got a 95.
Mm.
You have student B, you got let's say you got a 50 on the test at the
Hmm.
beginning of the year and an 85 at the end of the year. Which student is really progressing more?
The
So
person with
student
the 50.
student A had went up 5%, but student
Mhm.
B went up 30 points,
Definitely.
35 points. So I take that kind of logic and apply it to my friendships. So you have friends that are going to be able to give you 100% of themselves as
Hmm.
much as possible, and that's great. I appreciate that. But you have some friends that can only give you 10%, 25%, but that 25% is the most they can do right now.
Definitely.
And I appreciate that 25% because I know you're doing the most that you can. What I don't, what I will judge people more for, if you can give me 100% and you give me 30%, that's different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a
Because you're
lot
short.
different. So when you say like if you like you're, I don't ever make it a big deal. Like, hey, man, you need to check. And this is a learned quality. This is definitely a learned quality because I definitely used to, like dog, like you always got to like you used to, man, you always got to check on them. You always got to
Yeah,
text them, like text first or whatever. No, I will quadruple text somebody as
definitely.
much. I'll quint text somebody. What are you gonna do? Screenshot it? I mean, they gonna
And
look
short.
and then it's me. So you're screenshotting me. So like
Exactly.
people gonna look at you crazy. Well, what did you do?
It's Rodney. What did you
Like,
expect?
what did you do? Like,
Yeah,
that's not normal behavior for Rodney. So what did you do? So
definitely.
I don't ever judge people for going through things because we all go through things, and you really don't know until you go through some shit. Like, oh,
And that's the realest part of it, man. I think going through life and going through certain things yourself, it gives you that space to give others space, because it's important, man. If I can't give you all of me, if I can only give you this, how can I get mad at someone who's doing the best that they can? You know what I'm saying? So when I think about that, it's like I don't ever want to make anyone feel any type of way about them doing their best. So if your
exactly.
best is what showed up today, if 60 was your best today, I'm going to take that 60 and I'm going to be
Exactly.
happy. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you saying that, man, that's honorable.
I mean, definitely. Like it's like part of it is playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
Give it like people say, give it 110%. Like, no, just like I finally after all these years, I kind of understand why Kobe was mad at Shaq.
Definitely.
Like dog, like you know you can do better than you should do better. So I'm like,
Definitely.
so like when people ask like dog, like why are you doing this or why are you doing that? I'm like, dog, it's because I can. Like
Yeah,
if I can do something, then I should do something. Like
definitely.
if I'm the man I think I am, if I can do something, then I do it. And that's everybody don't think like that, unfortunately. And maybe in 20 years, 30 years, I'll be wrong. But for right now, this is the truth that I'm going to live, and we're going to see how far it takes me.
I think you're doing a wonderful job, man. Continue to go down this path, and you're making a lot of people proud.
And I definitely appreciate it. And in closing, I definitely love you, bro. Grateful for you in this time. Definitely during the Christmas times. I know people go through different things, and you know my line is always open. If it's text, tweet, Facebook, Instagram,
Definitely.
Zoom, whatever an avenue works for you is whatever works for you. I'm here for you, and we gonna work on this Christmas album too, because I
Let's
got.
do it, man. I'm waiting. I'm dead serious. Like
I'm dead serious too. I talked to Keisha and Rachel. You remember Keisha, right? Talk to Keisha, and her and Rachel are going to do a song. They're doing "Let It Snow." I'm doing
oh,
this Christmas, and me and one of my homegirls, I'm gonna get her on the tracks, and we're gonna do it. So we got at least 4 tracks right now.
let's do it, man. I'm excited.
Get Boone on it, get Trey on it. I'm getting Big
Definitely,
X on it.
definitely.
Anybody that wants to do it.
Yeah, man. That's how we do it. And I love you too, man. I appreciate you for having me a part of this. This means a lot. I really have to let you know, man. This really means a lot. So continue the great work, continue being you, continue being authentic, and continue to push the envelope forward, man. We need more of this, especially we look alike.
Yeah.
We need more of this.
Yeah,
so I commend you, man. So proud of you. I really am. I really am.
And I've learned that visibility as a black man is important.
Definitely.
I take a lot of it from like my life experiences.
Definitely.
And from just being like, I'll do a quick. I'm in close. I'm gonna do a quick little story. I was at work the other day, and you know, I'm the sous chef, head chef, the nigga that does everything, the nigga that does everything in my job.
Don't skip over that.
The nigga that does everything at my job.
No, I'll big yourself up, head chef, sous chef, right, Mr. Rodney. Don't short yourself. You talking about me being humble. Don't short yourself. Talk that shit.
No, you don't want me to talk. Not today. Not today. One of these days, I'm like, you know what? It's time.
It's time.
Yeah, we had a catering order for a gentleman, and like my clientele, if nobody knows, is predominantly older, retired Caucasian males and women, ages 50 to like 75.
Mm.
People with bread. We're in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, so these people got money, and like generation money. So he came in to pick up his order, and I got that vibe that you get from white people. That there's a couple of vibes I get from different white people. You get the vibe, you get the like, oh, I like black people vibes,
mm-hmm.
and you have the I dislike black people, but I don't want to be racist vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite ones, I'm not going to talk to these black people vibes, but I don't want to appear racist. This guy was in the latter.
Okay.
Very little overt racism because I'm 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
Like you call me a nigga, then like, oh, I'm getting fired today because I'm beating your ass. Later today, I got fired.
Straight up and down.
But yeah, he didn't want to talk to me or whatever. And the funny thing is, I'm the manager, quote unquote. I'm the manager, and I'm also the one that prepared his food.
Mm.
And he didn't want to talk to me or whatever. So I had somebody ring him up, and his food came right out the oven. So I'm like, hey, it's hot. So I put it in a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're a fine dining restaurant, so we don't have like dedicated to go boxes and catering order. So he was going to have it catered at his party, and he wanted it hot. So it came like from the oven to the person. So it's in a metal pan, so it's hot. I put it in a cardboard box just for him to carry it, and he refused to use the box. Touched it, burned his hand. I'm like, well, that's what you get. That's what you get for that. And if you would have talked to me, you wouldn't have known.
Exactly.
It was so bad that my coworkers who are also Caucasian, they picked up on it.
Oh wow!
And like it was that kind of vibe, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not really mad at racism because I live in South Carolina. That's gonna be a thing. Yeah. I'm not really mad at racism. I'm mad at the response that I got from 2 of my coworkers. First response, dedicated Democrat, Bernie Sanders type of guy. So he goes like, Rodney, we're not all like that. I'm like, bro, why are you telling me? Go tell him. Go talk to your boy.
Yeah, you talking to the wrong.
And I admittedly felt some type of way about this. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go decompress real quick because that's what I do. I need to get away from the situation. I need to breathe. And then another coworker was like, well, why don't you just try to be positive about it? I'm like,
Be positive about it.
how the
What
fuck?
did I do?
How the fuck am I supposed to be positive about racism? Sorry,
What did I do?
I didn't
First
have
of
me being positive about being to a racist white man today on my bingo card. And I know she knew I felt some type of way. She didn't talk to me the rest of the night.
well, good.
But the thing is, how this ties back to visibility is like people aren't used to seeing African American males, black men, be men and be being responsible, being in positions of power and authority, and taking responsibility for things and kind of taking charge of things. So when I do things like this, or when I do things in the community, it's me being visible and being present, so people see
Definitely.
that my presence is there. Like they say, we out. How they say in Charleston, we out here.
We out here.
We
We
out
out here, boy.
But yeah,
Visibility.
visibility is important, and doing things like this, I hope somebody that's reading this or somebody that watches this gets the same thing that we're getting from it.
Definitely.
If they don't and just close it out, that's fine too. But if I can touch one person, then I think I did a good job.
You did a wonderful job.
And definitely appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Right,
Love
man.
and respect always,
Love you too, man. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
All right, you too, bro.
Thank you. All right, first off, the Zoom talking voice is creepy as shit.
Big facts.
Like Alexa and Google Voice, Google Now, whatever it is now. I guess Assistant is so much friendlier. You can choose different voices. That Zoom voice is creepy as fuck. Get that? I always say that. I'm always continue to say
Turn to British or something.
And like turning to British. Can I get like a Southern black woman? Like, hello, child. So this is your boy Rod with my friend Ricky Crum, and we're doing 25 days of gratitude and basically showing appreciation for the people that I do have around me, the love that's been constant, whether I want to fully be aware of that and be cognizant of it. And I've known Rick for a while. We met in undergrad, like what, sophomore year? My sophomore year?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
One thing I can say about Rick is one of the most energetic people, and he's got an infectious spirit about him, and he's got the type of energy that it radiates when he walks in the room. It's like what Rick does at a smaller scale, I do at a bigger scale. Like when Rick walks in the room, like you feel like, well, all right, Rick's here. Like you don't even have to really see him. Like when we logged on, I'm like, dog, like my phone was on 75%. We logged on, it went up to 80%. That's all true facts. I'm not lying. But in all seriousness, you've always been like an energetic, humble, hard-working person, someone that can dependable. Like there's been plenty of times where Rick has come through in the clutch and seemingly out of nowhere. And I definitely always admired that about you, and that you were able to do that, especially with the people that you love. And that if Ricky really messed with you, then Ricky made sure he was going to be there for you no matter what. And it's been like that through even as we've gone apart and gone our different ways and kind of gone about and started working like maniacs. You stayed
right.
You've grown, but your core values have stayed the same. And I've always appreciated that about you. And you treat everybody around you really well. And that's definitely you treat the people around you really well, and that's something I like to do too. Like I want to make sure the people around me the important things are taken care of. Like we all like fancy clothes, cars, and whatnot, and trips. But the core people around you are always treated with respect, loyalty, even to a fault. But we've always made sure that if you're around us, you're good. So I definitely, I'm grateful for you. Proud of you. I'm proud of the progress you've made. I'm proud of all the things you've achieved. I'm proud of the hair. Like, dog. Like, I'm grateful, man. I'm my hair right now. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm trying to get like you, big dog.
But no, I'm definitely grateful to have you be a part of
I'm
me.
grateful to have you too, man, because
10,
everything you said is definitely true.
10, 15 years have been wild, man. And I know having you has gotten me where I am, and having you continue to be a part of my life is going to propel me even further.
Thanks, big dog.
Of course,
I'm
man.
appreciative of you too, man. Every time, like, it's like we never. It's like no matter how much time has passed, it's like I just saw you yesterday.
No, it's that,
Keep the same energy.
it's like when sometimes you lose track of people, like you're like, yeah, we need to go catch up. But like, no matter what you're doing or where you're at, I never feel like I need to catch up with Rick. It's like, it's just pause. We may not see each other for a while. When I see you, it's just right back where we started off. Like it's like right like we just finished playing Marvel vs. Capcom. We just finished playing
Just ran through another.
And it's like, but even though we've all changed and grown, we all have our core values that have made us and shaped us who we are now. And that, to me, that's really dope. That where you can be yourself, and like you're successful, I'm successful, but you've done that being yourself. I've never seen you slight somebody or undercut somebody or do somebody grimy to get where you're going. It's always been you and what you thought to be the right decision. And you've always stuck with that decision, and you've always propelled yourself forward. And it's definitely something. I mean, like I feel like I take bits and pieces of everybody that I meet, and I learn and I grow from that. Like so, like I learn and grow from you. I learn and grow from X, Bar, and other people that I'm going to interview. And like each one of you guys helped shape me to who I am and where I am. So it'd be remiss for me to ever not acknowledge that. And this is for me acknowledging that, being grateful for it, being humble for it, and because like I wouldn't be where I am without where you guys are in my life, and you guys are just as much as success as I am because like you've always held me down. So like wherever I go, everybody's
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna get fed well. We're gonna get DJ some more pork belly. Like we got you.
Get us some more pork belly. Hell yeah.
That's
Can't wait.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get up. We're gonna get up soon. This is just something I wanted to do and wanted to verbalize and just to have digitally. So like I always know like whenever I'm going through it or something happens, I have something to refer back to. And this is going to be my Christmas gift and one of the dopest Christmas gifts I've ever gotten.
Hell yeah. No, definitely. Man, I appreciate everything. And you know, man, I'm not good at speaking. But at the same time, I'm grateful for you.
I wanted one of these things
bro.
to be where like I'm expressing my gratefulness to you guys and not so much of wanting to get reciprocate and wanting to get my praises thrown back at me, which is not what I wanted at all. Like I wanted to show my gratification. I don't even know if it's a word. I wanted to show my gratitude for you guys, and I want you guys to know that. And it's different from me just texting, sending one long text. It's different than me making a phone call, just being face to face. It's a small, short conversation at a coffee shop. This isn't coffee, by the way. I want people to know that it's a chai tea latte.
Oh snap! I thought it was.
It's a chai tea latte.
Well, I really appreciate you, Rod. Thank you for showing all the gratitude. It means a lot to me, bro. At the end of the day, like I can't wait to see the whole thing all put together. But I'm grateful for you, and thank you so much.
Of course, man. It's the holiday season, and sometimes people like when you spread kind of thin. You lose touch with people, and even though we lose touch, like we said, and come back all the time, it's good to have that one kind of defining thing that always brings you together. Like some families have like a reunion or whatever. We might do this every year, or we might do this once, and I might not ever do it again. But right now, I want to live in the moment. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for DJ. I'm grateful. Want to be grateful for a lot of more other people. I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Rodney.
Of course,
love
man.
you, my bro.
Love you too, man. Happy belated Founders Day. You guys have fun. Be safe out there. My boy. Y'all have a good rest of the Appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. See you later.
Much
Bye.
love. All right. It's your boy Rod. Of course, I'm doing the 25 days of gratitude. I have one of my best friends, Keisha, on the line. Keisha
Hey,
cannot
everyone.
Keisha cannot join us via video because of some hair
Yeah,
malfunction. It's all
great.
good. She's still here in spirits, and that is one of the best things about her. So long as she can be here in any capacity, of course, I am tremendously grateful. So, like many of the people you're going to view through my 25 days of gratitude, I met Keisha at Carolina, and I met Keisha through Rachel and Vic, because I knew Vic first, and then I met Rachel, and then I met Keisha and Coco, and I didn't really know about Keisha when I first met her. She didn't talk too much directly to me, but I'm kind of intimidating and enormous, so it's kind of expected. But I could tell she was the type of person that you'd want to be around, you want to have kind of in your circle. So over the years, me and Keisha have been through quite a bit, quite a lot of different experiences. But I know one thing that's always been constant with Keisha is that she's a really, really warm and loving person. And she's the type of person to not want anything in return other for you to reciprocate the type of love that she gives you. So
That's pretty much it.
yeah, so from like the very beginning, Keisha would not ask you for much. And I'm gonna tell the story about me taking you to work because you were walking an obscene amount of times to take the bus, and just I'm like, no, I can't let Keisha go out like that. So definitely want to make sure you take good care of her because she definitely takes good care of me, and I definitely appreciate that. And it's always been warm, always been real, and I never had to doubt if Keisha ever had my back.
Never. Never.
Definitely going kind of where we are now. We've all grown up a lot. We've all done different things. Keisha has evolved tremendously into a wonderful woman that she is now. I'm beyond proud of her. And outside of just what she provides for me, just on the outside looking in, Keisha's a really determined person, and she really sets her mind when she sets her mind to the motion to do something, she gets it done. And like I said in a couple of other videos, I kind of pick different personality traits from people, and that's something I've incorporated into my life in executing things and getting things done. So I definitely really admire that about you, and I'm appreciative that go-getter attitude, that's getting things done and doing things out of love, and never spiteful, never evil, never, at least not that I've noticed, no malice in your heart. Not to say you don't get upset or anything, but it seems like you're a really sweet person.
I'm just stubborn.
Yeah, you are quite stubborn, but I appreciate that stubbornness, and because I remember you told me a couple of weeks ago, I've had too many instances in my life I've had to make the most of things, and I think had I had a little bit more stubbornness in my life, that I could probably change a couple of different things in a couple of different directions. But I am the way I am, and you're the way you are, and luckily we can complement each other. And I do take some of that stubbornness sometimes, and quite in my life, it doesn't seem to work quite as well for me. But I definitely appreciate your stubbornness as well. I appreciate you wholly as a person. Any perceived flaws that you have, I don't really see. I just absolutely really adore you. I'm thankful for you. And if God placed any other person in my life, I'm glad it was you. And if you were the last person he placed in my life, I'm grateful that it was you.
Oh, don't cry, man.
don't cry. You're gonna lose a lot of street cred if you cry. I mean,
Uh, That's
you've fallen
oh,
tremendously in terms of street cred, but
can't have a pimp on camera crying. Cannot be recorded of it.
she really could have been on camera, guys, but she didn't want to cry, so it's all right. It's all right. You don't have to hide. You don't have to talk tough and raw.
Well, I definitely appreciate you more than you'd ever know. I'm grateful for you, not even just for what you have done for me, but who you are for me. A true friend, you a true, genuine conscience. You don't judge. You lend a hand whenever you can, and just your heart, and generous, big heart. Like I said, we first met in our friend group. We didn't know a lot about each other. If you told me 10 years ago, yeah, you and Rodney are gonna be best friends. I'm like, me and Rodney. Out of the entire group, me and Rodney are gonna be the best of friends, and we absolutely are. Like you said, God kind of brings people together in mysterious ways for His own reasons, and I'm glad He chose us. I'm glad.
No, definitely. It's crazy because of all the people that are in our little personal friend group. I think I've been around and talked to you the most, just because from us hanging out and for me giving you rides and whatnot. And like, I just think back at that time period, like I can't, like, for some reason I'm like, I can't let her, like it didn't feel right to let her struggle when I could affect change. And you in the same way, when I was down and out a few years ago, you still had my back when very few people were around. I was in contact with very few people, of course. We won't get into specifics, but if you know, you know. But definitely, I know you were in my corner, and having you in my corner makes me feel like, I don't want to say invincible, but like it makes everything a little bit easier, because if I fail tomorrow, all right, Keisha's still gonna love me. Like if it all falls apart, all right, Keisha's still gonna love me. I don't know what's next, but at least I'm gonna still have Keisha, and I'm definitely grateful for you.
And yes, you gonna have me. You always have me. I ain't going nowhere. You stuck with me now. You had a chance. You had a chance. Now you stuck with me.
No, I wouldn't change anything about you or any experience for the world.
And I look forward to many more.
Definitely. We got a lot of life to live still.
Of friendship. I look forward to many more. Like, I'm glad to say that, a lot of people think about their past and like when they were kids and those younger relationships. I am glad that you are a part of my mature relationships, my mature friendships, because honestly, those are the ones that are going to continue to last as you continue to mature together and go through life together. Most of us may have, maybe a handful of people from those younger days that we still even have their phone number. So I'm glad that you weren't, one of those fade out relationships, and that we continue to be stronger friends, and I can continue to get on your nerves forever.
Nah, I mean, that's definitely true. I have very few kind of like, I know some people have those lifelong friends who are like, yeah, we've been friends since like we were 5. We were friends when we were like 2 or whatever. But what I've learned is that time doesn't really compare to the quality of friends that you have, because we both have time and a quality of friendship. So I don't look at it like that. So like, and I'm not a what have you done for me lately type of person either, but you've definitely been a consistent kind of a presence in my life, and almost like a calming presence in my life, because I used to be a hothead. I used to be really, really kind of out there, not too much, but you know how I used to get every now and then, but like I can always look at you, take a breath. I couldn't do that for you because you're way more stubborn than me. So once you went off, I'm like, all right, she's just gonna have to do what she got to do for a little bit, and we can circle back and gather ourselves a little bit afterwards. But yeah, let's I don't have too much else to say. I wanted to keep these brief, keep the conversations brief. Just wanted to reiterate, I'm definitely grateful for you. Grateful for your family. Grateful for your friendship. Continue true, genuine friendship. And you know, Rodney's gonna always love his Keisha.
Oh, she gonna always love you too, man.
I definitely appreciate you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. You've done so much. You've achieved so much. You're such a force to be reckoned with. Your intelligence. You're a beautiful woman, and I'm glad that I get to be witness to greatness. Really, it's like LeBron James used to say. He used to the witness campaign. Like I feel like I'm a witness, and it's dope to say that because you get to see a different type of woman throughout the years when you're dealing with Keisha. So like you had the younger Keisha, you had the hothead, the spicy Keisha, and then you have the growing pains Keisha, and then now you have the mature Keisha that's still figuring out her way, but she's paving her way through life, and she's got her own business, she's got multiple degrees, and she's working things out the way she wants to work out instead of taking and making the most of what life has given her. And she's making her own path, and that's definitely commendable. It's admirable. As someone that's done the opposite entirely too much.
And that's why you have me, so I can turn you around.
I mean, that's just part of my personality is how they say turning shit into sugar.
Yeah.
But just making the most of things and being grateful for what you have.
That shit deserve the sugar.
I do deserve the sugar.
Give them that shit back. Be like, this wasn't what I wanted.
I've come a long way in terms of accepting whatever I'm given at the time. So I'm getting there. I'm working on it. It's part of my personal development. And thanks to people like you, I'm learning that a little stubbornness is not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is also not coffee.
Oh my God! What is it?
This is a chai tea latte.
Go ahead, Rod.
This is not coffee because I don't know if you guys know this. Keisha judges us coffee drinkers.
No,
mainly just me.
Don't have. I'm not coming out here for all the coffee drinkers. I'm just coming for him, y'all.
Well, excuse me. She just come from me as a coffee drinker, which is it's kind of hurtful. The two things like my Keisha and the coffee are fighting in my heart, and I don't know who's going to win.
What do you mean you don't know?
No, Keisha's going to win. Well, it's going to be. She's going to win most of the time, but I still need my coffee.
I feel like just for reference, guys, I do not hate coffee. Absolutely, used to love coffee before I had to give up caffeine. But Rodney overindulged. Rodney is a caffeine addict.
I am not a caffeine addict.
Where are you right now, Rodney?
I am at Starbucks with the Wi-Fi. I was doing homework.
Rodney is a coffee addict, y'all. Every time you look, Rodney drinking coffee. He may not have eaten that day, but he has had coffee.
This is very true. I had a caprese panini earlier today.
Yay!
And an espresso, and now a chai tea latte.
Well, see, the coffee won, but there was food in there.
The coffee and the food are 1 and 1, and I'm going to eat dinner.
Okay.
So I'm doing better. I'm good.
Are you going to have more coffee after the dinner?
No, I'm done with coffee for the night.
Okay, good.
No coffee after dark unless I need to do something.
Well, I, for one, am very proud to be in the number of this project and very proud of you as a man. And it has been a pleasure to see you grow and to see you, even though you talked about, turning that shit into sugar, but just seeing you overcome and seeing you prevail and knowing the battles that you fought and won and are still winning. And I want you to, sorry y'all, that's my background. And I want you to keep persevering and I want you to keep winning and keep smiling and keep loving and keep drinking your coffee.
Thank you so much, Keisha. Thank you for being a part of this, and I'll see you soon.
You welcome, love. Love you.
Love you too. Have a good night.
All right, good night. Say good night, poopers.
Good night, poopers. Was he a good employee today?
No.
No, man, don't be doing my dog like that.
He left.
He left.
He left early.
Oh, man. Oh, poopers.
He didn't even clock out or nothing. He did not inform his supervisor. I looked up and he was gone.
He said, prepare the others.
No, he went on the couch and went to sleep. So.
Man, same. I'm going to go home and cook dinner.
Yeah. I'm still at work.
Well, have a good rest of your night at work.
And have a great, well, love.
Thank you. Bye, Keisha.
Bye, sweetie.
All right, of course, this is your boy Rod back again with another special guest. We have the Puffball in the building, another individual I've known for quite some time now. And I met Lachey at Carolina, of course, and what can I say? I can say a lot. She's been a really, really important person to me from the moment that I've known her. And she's really been humble and a really important fixture in my life. And just in one of my readings, Dr. Guy, and he's an author of an emotional first aid book, and he said, gratitude is emotion that grounds us and is a great way to balance out the negative mindset that uncertainty breeds. And I think what gets lost when expressing how we feel about somebody is we often look to what they do for us, how they make us feel, and we kind of lose a little bit of the person that we are talking about. So I'm deeply grateful for everything that you do for me, from the prayers, the kind words, the thoughts, to just being present most of the time. But honestly, I wanted this to be about me being grateful for who you are, and because of who you are is such an amazing thing, it should be recognized and celebrated. And I could write down dozens upon dozens of books on how beautiful you are today, but I chose to recognize for who you are and what you mean to me. And one of the things I really like about you is that you're a really driven person. You're intelligent. I really admire your approach to life. I love how you're deliberate in your actions, your faith. You're someone who prays not for themselves, but for others. And that's really admirable. You're an amazing mother. You are exactly who you say you are. And I think that's an important point of emphasis that you are who you say you are at all times. And I really appreciate that. Your word is your bond. And at least for me, you have always kept it. I can honestly say that as driven as I am, I admire you that you go get for what you want in life. And you have the go get attitude as well. You are powerful. You are a force. You are so authentically you. And I'm truly grateful that I have been able to just witness you grow over the years. And I thank you for that. Really do appreciate you and everything that you bring towards my life.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Is that what you were supposed to be doing? Just talking about me?
Yeah, I mean, this is what
okay.
This is what I'm doing, everybody. Feel free to chime in as much or as little as you want. I'm not. This is me showing appreciation for you guys. It's not me to pat myself on the back or anything like that. This is all about you guys. And at the end, this is going to be my Christmas gift to myself. So in the times where I'm struggling or I may not be feeling my best, I can reflect on the people that I have in my life, and I can still be grateful, even though times may be tough, or I may not really understand what's going right in my life at the time.
Understood. Makes sense. Well, I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So in closing, I love absolutely everything about you. You mean the world to me. I pray for you. I thank God that out of the billions upon billions of people in the world, I was blessed enough to have you placed into my life. Thank you for being one of the most important pieces of my life. I really be trying, but I don't think there are enough words in the dictionary to express what you mean to me or how I feel about you. God really did something special when He created you. And today, like many other days, I am truly grateful for you. Our God loves gratitude, and a thankful heart and a voice lifted to God is the thanks and gets the intentions of heaven. And God sent me my own very peaceful heaven when He sent me you. So thank you. I appreciate you, and you're the absolute best.
Thank you.
You're welcome, of course. I mean, I had to have you on the chat. I mean,
Good.
that's all I had. I didn't have too much. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy person, and
I'm not busy, but I am at work. That's all.
I definitely appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
All right. Thanks. I hope you have a good rest of the day. What coffee shop are you at, or are you getting coffee?
I am at Starbucks today.
Really?
I am at Starbucks today.
Wow.
I was in a bit of a pinch, so I had to just stop my Starbucks.
Not a pinch. Okay.
I was in a bit of a pinch. I was doing some stuff earlier.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. I hope so too.
All right. Thank you. All
Okay.
right. See you later.
Bye. Beats. All right. I say this on every video. That Zoom recording in progress thing is creepy. That white lady is real. I'm assuming she's a white lady because she sounds like a white woman. She's creepy. But back again, 25 days of gratitude. Got another brother on the line, someone that I've known for quite some time. My man Alvin Lumpkin in the building. I've known Alvin for quite some time. Quite some time. We grew up together, played football together, stayed in constant contact over the years. And one thing I can really say about Alvin is that he's true to his word, and he's always been a loyal, and he's always been a grinder and a go-getter, and one of the few people that I think could probably outwork me. Man's got degrees upon degrees, and this is the type of thing I'm doing is I'm singing your praises and you're building you up. The time to stroke my ego will be for another day, but no, this is going to be all about you and the impact that you've had on my life. So just watching you go out after everything that you wanted to do in life, no matter what it was, and the fact that you were willing to consistently put the work in, and was always something I admired. And it's something that I've tried to emulate. I've emulated in my life. The things that I've wanted to do in life is to continue to go after it, no matter what the setback is, no matter what it was. You have the goal in mind, and you always go after it. You're a family man. You take care of your family. You take care of the wifey. Take care of the dog. The dog got an Instagram. If you would have asked me when we were little if you would have a dog Instagram, I do not know if I would say yes. But when my man decides to take care of something, he really takes care of something. So from school to your professional life, achieving all different types of different things, the impact that you're having in the community. I just know that you're blazing a path that very few are, and I don't know if you realize that you impact a lot of people just by the work you put in. And it's just real funny that you get, like, the older we get, the kind of the things that we have are the experiences that we have with each other, and just going through the years, is everything we've accomplished both individually and you as a group, with your different things you have going on, the things I have going on. And I'm grateful I get to witness. I've said this to a lot of different people now that I'm grateful to witness especially Black people, Black men, Black women have all impacted me in several different ways. And just like the old LeBron James commercials, like I get to be a witness to greatness. And that's what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell all my friends, teachers, former coworkers, current coworkers, and everything in between that I appreciate you guys, and you guys have really had a profound impact on me.
I really appreciate that.
I mean, it's definitely something we need to tell each other more, because I know what really made me want to do this is when Young Dolph died. Now, I'm not the hugest Young Dolph fan. I like some of his music, of course, because I was a little ratchet guy in the club. Doing what I do best, but when he died, when Nipsey died, when Kobe died, and all the dozens of Black men and women that have been murdered in the street died, every time you see when somebody dies, they get the floodgates of everything people thought about them open. And it really got me to thinking, man, what if these people got to read some of these things before they died? Like I wasn't going to do it now, but I want people to find 3 people in your life that you're really truly grateful for, and type out what you would type on your Facebook page, because that's what everybody does. Somebody dies, they quote their music, they quote what they meant to them. Go type whatever it is out that you would type on your Facebook page, your Instagram, or whatever, and send it to them. Don't wait for something to charge up your emotions enough to where you have to go do it then. Do it now. Whether it be your wife, your kids, family members, an old coach, an old teacher, I don't care who it is. Don't wait till they're gone and they can't read it, because once they're gone, they can't like that status, they can't share it, they can't say, man, I appreciate you. So as much as I do it, I'm trying to do it in a bigger and more overt way for people to really understand that you only get one chance in this life, and once people are gone, they're gone. There's no reaching me once I'm gone. There's no reaching you once you're gone. For people that are watching this, there's no reaching mom, dad, your kids, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your sneaky link, whatever you want to call it. Don't tell your sneaky link that you love them, and don't do that. Okay, that's a little bit of bad advice. But seriously, sing their praises while they're here and while they can hear it. Because I know it makes my day when people do that for me, and I know it makes other people's day when you do that for them. But man, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy man. I know you probably got some stuff going on. I definitely want to appreciate you. Tell you I'm grateful for you. I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring people. Keep inspiring me. That old saying, iron sharpens iron, man.
I definitely, man. I appreciate that, man. Definitely, Ms. Carter. And you do the same, man, Ms. Carter. Keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and keep pushing forward, man. Persevering, and continue to overcome any obstacles that that come in your way, man. And just know that you got a lot of people in your corner, man. So I appreciate you. I love you, my brother, and you have a blessed one.
Hey, man. You too, man. Take it easy.
Definitely.
All right. This is me again with my 25 days of gratitude montage. And I have another special individual that's been impactful in my life. This is my 12th grade English teacher, Mr. Gibbons. So obviously I met Mr. Gibbons when I was in high school. So I was kind of all over the place at that time. And I guess one of the things I was grateful for him is that, first off, he was kind of lenient on my tardiness, so I could graduate high school and not have to do an extra time. So definitely grateful for that. But all jokes aside, go ahead.
I remember you coming in late either the first or second day and standing in your way and just wanting an explanation. And I think the class thought I was insane because I'm 6'1", so I'm not a tiny guy. But you were towering over me. I'm like, you're not getting past me. But we'll continue, and I'll come back to why I was lenient with your tardiness. But go ahead.
No, but definitely, that was one of the things that I did appreciate about you, and kind of different because I played football in high school, so I had that pushback from like a physicality standpoint. But you always pushed me on a mental aspect and on a social aspect as well.
Mhm.
So that little pushback of me needlessly being tardy, not doing anything, not even going to talk to girls, just being tardy just to be tardy, just
Mhm.
because I would do it. That was definitely always appreciated. And you were one of the few, I hate to say it, you were one of the few teachers that taught from a critical thinking aspect in
Mhm.
on a high school level. And those critical thinking skills and lessons that you taught kind of stayed with me through all of my academic career. And it really helped me want to learn more going through like college. And it put that kind of that seed of thinking a little bit more about what I'm doing and why I'm doing. I don't know if you remember an activity that we did. We wrote a letter to our future selves. And I think about this a
Right.
lot. We wrote a letter to our future selves and the things we wanted to accomplish. And throughout my life, I've kind of always pushed myself to compete with my past self and to make my future self proud. And I say this a lot at work because, I work in the restaurant industry and part of it is prep work. Prep work is either your make or break your service,
Right. Yeah.
and doing that, you can either set you up for a really good day or a really stressful day. And one thing I say quite often is make your future self proud.
Right.
And so, whether it's prepping food for today, for the next day service, or for next week's service, I always try to put myself in a position that my future self is not going to be disappointed in me. And I attribute a lot of that to that activity that we did in high school. And I have other friends that are educators now, and then I see kind of bits and pieces of you guys that share traits. Those are the people that I connect with a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, to be honest, now that you mentioned, I remember doing that. And I'm often, I've had a number of students thank me for the influence that I've had, but it was never the influence that I remember having. So this is interesting. But although I was big on critical thinking skills and like that, because I wanted you guys to have your own voice, and to have that voice informed. So some of my students have gone on to be very very conservative and right wing, but they're very well spoken, and they have reasons for why they think what they think. And some others have gone very far left leaning, and they also come to a discussion deeply informed with opinions that have research behind them and reading. And so I'm proud of all of them because they did the reading and the thinking and the discussion to earn the right to say what they say rather than just spitting out what everyone around them is saying. And I think that I wasn't really strict I was never super strict on tardiness, because I found that if you remember the school, you could actually buy back absences and tardies and stuff like that. And I found that punitive to students who I had one student who actually had to drop out for the semester because her family couldn't afford to buy it back. And she was a good student. She just came from such poverty that she actually joined ROTC to have clothes to wear to school.
Wow.
And she didn't make it through the semester. And I begged her to stay, but I couldn't help her financially. I was dying myself because of my divorce, but also I remember that you were not disruptive in terms of, like, you didn't keep the classroom going forward. And if you remember, I posted on Facebook a picture I must have taken when I had my DJ gear there and you were dancing around.
Right.
And it's obvious that everyone loved you, right? I don't know if you were aware of that, but everyone just loved having you around. And so, tardy or not, you brought a good energy into the room. And there isn't. My wife is a teacher. I'm not a teacher anymore. Just there's too many teachers in this province, and they didn't need me. But I'm in Ontario, Canada. For those of you who don't know, but she comes home sometimes and will say that the absence of one student made all the difference in how well behaved her class was. And so that's the difference. If you bring good energy into a classroom, you sort of deserve a certain amount of leeway, because someone who's prompt might bring bad energy into the classroom. So it's just so much easier to do the job, and it's so much easier to have conversations in class. And so really wasn't that difficult to cut you some slack, because you're a fun kid. I mean, you're a grown man now. I mean, look at you, you're very successful. And I'm now in the wedding and event industry, and I have a sense, at least, of what chefs go through, and that you have very little time to yourself. I don't know how you're away on a Friday doing this right now, as opposed to.
I'm going to visit my mother, and then I'm going to work.
Yeah, so it's a very busy thing, and so you have to have an almost fanatical work ethic to do it. So, good for you. Like, that's fantastic. Do you still do photography at all, or does
I
chef?
do still do photography from time to time. It's kind of taken a back burner in my life because cooking was something I always liked doing, even go all the way back to high school.
Right.
It's kind of something I did. I'm big, so I like to eat. I've always liked to eat, and in the beginning, it was just to help my family out. My
Sure.
mom was a single mom, so I would kind of cook the meals at home. I would cook the Sunday meals so she get a little bit of a break. And
Yeah.
now it's kind of transitioned into me cooking for my friends and my family just to bring us all together. And I always wanted to be the guy that brought like fine dining qualities to people that couldn't afford it, because my family couldn't afford like the fancy
Right.
restaurants and whatnot. And I'm kind of transitioning that aspect to everybody now. And yeah, but as for photography, I actually pack my camera in my bag quite often.
Yeah.
And I told myself I wanted to shoot more often, just to have another creative realm to reside in.
Do you ever shoot your food?
I do shoot my food. I have my Instagram, of course, where I take like dozens of my bookings from. But I do a lot of food photography, and it's probably one of my things I do most frequently.
I don't think I'm following on Instagram, which is a crime. While we're here, what is your Instagram account?
It is Rodney Gray Cooks, RODNEY GRAY Cooks, COOKS, of course.
There we go. I am following you. Shot by Rod? Oh, no, this is your photography one.
Photography one.
Okay, there's your other one. Okay. I guess I am following that one too. I guess I'm following you twice. All right. Okay. Excellent. Well, hearing you talk, as I said, in the classroom, you were sort of you brought in a good energy, and you were sort of, you can tell by the pictures that I sent you, that I posted a couple of years back, that you were kind of a hub. And my oldest child, my daughter, who's 29, she's kind of like, she shares that with you. She gathers people in, right?
Right.
And that seems to be, sounds like you grew up in fairly constrained circumstances financially, and you could have gone in any number of destructive directions, but you chose to build something yourself, and then make it so that it builds the people around you. So you're building yourself, and you're making the world around you better. And I can't see how that wouldn't eventually scale up to something really huge. So, for what it's worth, I'm very proud of you. And it's
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's amazing to see. So actually, a lot of my students, the ones I'm still on Facebook, some of them haven't done as well as I would have liked, but I don't think any of them have really tanked. I have classmates from when I graduated who've been to jail. So, but you seem to be, I know millennials take a lot of grief, and there does seem to be a divide where there are some who are doing nothing with their lives. But I'm seeing my students go on to be successful rap artists, country music artists, entrepreneurs, martial arts teachers, just overall business people, like just doing extremely well. And it seems to me that millennials divide into those who are just killing it and those who aren't really doing much. And you were clearly in the former. making yourself and the world around you better. I mean, what else could I hope for you guys, right? So
Definitely, and definitely you laid the groundwork for doing that. And my thing has always been I wanted to leave everything the same way that you kind of touch all of us. I kind of took from that is anytime I enter somebody's life or enter a
Mhm.
job, I want to leave it in better conditions than when I arrived. Like
I
I
yeah
want to be an addition. Like I want to be an add-on in all aspects of my life. So, and you definitely added on and put in a lot of the foundation, whether you knew it or not, way back when the good old Stratford High School.
those were good years. You didn't know this, but my marriage was falling apart in the background. And I managed to get my kids for all, and they're doing fine. And I'm remarried and happy. But
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, honestly, teaching you guys was what got me through the day. And again, having a student who brings in, positive energy, and not fake or anything like that. Just, I mean, you're a genuinely good person. So why wouldn't I want you in my classroom? And it's just good to see you doing well. Like it, and doing good. And you can see, I know a lot of social media is toxic, but watching a lot of you guys thrive and grow and talk about how you've changed. I would suggest that probably by the time you're at least approaching my age, I'm 55, you'll have people thanking you the way you're thanking me. I can't see how that wouldn't happen. So
I can only hope to have the kind of impact you've had. And going forward, I'm just going to continue to take the lessons that you've taught us and add my own spin on it and see how far I can go.
that's the dream of any good teacher.
Definitely.
To have a student say that. That's the dream. So
well, I definitely thank you for having me on, taking some time up from your day.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for this. This was great.
Thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And if I don't
Thanks.
talk to you again, have a good, happy holiday too.
Thank you. You too. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
All right.
We'll be in touch. Take care. You bet. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. This is my man, the man, the myth, the legend, Mo Reese Noisette, aka Juice, aka that this is my nigga, guys. Kind of one of the rundown. I met Mo just like I meet like a lot of people. Met him through some friends at Carolina, Gamecocks. Both lived in Charleston, obviously. And the one thing I can always say about Mo, even from the start, he's a loyal dude, because the people that I met him through were some of the most realest and loyal dudes that I knew. And when I met Mo, it was like literally meeting one of my brothers for the first time, and we immediately kicked it off like it was nothing. No friction, no static, no nothing like that. I instantly became the big friend. Unfortunately, I relieved him of his duties, of years and years of duties. I all of a sudden became the big friend. But no, one of the first things I noticed about Mo was real driven. And you guys don't know this, but I noticed he went to school in Florida. He went to FAMU. Shout out to the Rattlers.
Yeah.
And just for him to do something different than everybody else that I knew was definitely something though, because it takes, I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot for me to drive from Somerville to Columbia. So I couldn't imagine me being in another state on my own with my own decisions to make. So that's definitely something commendable. And I've always admired that about you. And you've always, even now, even moving all the way out to Seattle. He's on the West Coast, by the way, guys. West Coast Mo.
Yeah.
I'll be West Coast a little bit next year, but he's done his own path. He's done it with his own hands. He's hard work. He's one of the few people I can consider that could match my pace in terms of hard working. And as cocky as that sounds, I don't give a fuck. This is my gratitude blog. My dog be working. He's an artist. He's a graphic designer. He's multi-talented. And it's rare. You have somebody as driven and as multi-talented as you, and you're in a circle, so you can. If I need some idea to bounce off of somebody, I know somebody that has got a creative mind too, and same way, vice versa, if that ever comes to that. And it's definitely something I appreciate because sometimes you get in that creative rut and you don't quite know what your next move is, but having somebody else that's creative is always a bonus, even if it's a different field. Like he does graphic work, he does sketches, he's an artist, and of course I'm a photographer, and I guess chef, whatever. I still don't claim that title like that because people treat you different when they find out you can be fed. And like I said before, bitches just be hungry, they don't be liking you. That's gonna be my slogan
It's
for a
funny.
while.
Yeah. That's the title of the new cookbook.
Bitches just be hungry, they don't really like you.
Yeah.
But nah, all seriousness, I appreciate you all throughout the years. I'm grateful for you being around. He's a family man. He takes care of his family as well. He's close with his fam. His fam is basically another set of aunts for me. Um, Always going to love them, always going to love you. And definitely appreciate you for everything that you've done for me, whether you know it or not, just you and your demeanor and the way you work. It's inspiring, and probably not only to me, but plenty of other people as well.
Oh man, man, I definitely appreciate it, man. This is huge. It's really cool to be able to hear this stuff, and I definitely feel the same way because yeah, we definitely met on some random shit, which
Yeah,
was pretty funny. Like it was like I remember the night too. Like me and X went and scooped X, and we was going up to Columbia. He was like, "We was gonna get my dog Rodney." I'm like, "All right, cool. Like if you cool with X, then you cool with me." And then yeah, like it was like instant clicked up from the jump. And I was back in like I don't know, like 2010, something like that. And then we've been kicking it ever since. So yeah, nah, that's super dope, man. And it's been cool to see your growth too, man. Going from like going back to school and then being like a self-taught chef, like that's huge to me. Like that people be like hitting you up on Instagram and stuff like that. Like that's super inspiring, man. Man, you doing like super big, top secret clients and stuff like that, man. Like, that's super dope. You doing like the parties, all of that. Then on top of that, doing the photography and then pretty much running the restaurant you at, man. So nah, that's super
Say that
yeah,
again.
running the restaurant, y'all. You can play it back, repeat it, cut it how you want it. However, you run that restaurant. I don't care what nobody say. All right,
Man.
get that man a raise, give him all the money. But nah, man, it's been super cool knowing you over the years, man. And yeah, like you said, yeah, you pretty much like extended family now. That's kind of our rule. Like if we feed you family, you come by the house, so it's all good. Like you took the pictures, matter of fact, at my aunt's twins' first birthday party.
I was looking.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
actually looking through them the other day, and I remember you posted a picture of how much they've grown since then. I'm like, dog. When I first took those pictures, I didn't have hair.
Yes, yeah, that was crazy.
Like, dog, I did not have hair. Like at that point.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
So,
you
like,
can't
dog,
see it
that
now
just
because it's all under here, but
like,
yeah,
dog, that just
same.
shows like the growth and the years have gone by,
Yeah,
and I know you've seen like when people like when Young Dolph died, when Kobe died, you always get the parade and the statuses and the quotes and the music and whatnot. And it always would upset me. Like, why don't we do that while people are here? And
sure.
why don't I say this to you now? And God forbid something happen to either one of us, and I gotta write a super long sad status, and people
Yeah,
go,
for
man, I'm
sure.
here for you if you need. No, I mean, people do what they can, but like you really can do something while people are here. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the main reason why I wanted to do this. And like I can tell you right now, and you can hear this and digest it, and it might, and you might go and do this in your own circle, and it might uplift you just a little bit from just on today. And if you can do that for somebody, I believe that as people, we should do that. So definitely appreciate you for logging on. I know this is many of my ideas are really random, and the ones that come out my mouth are usually the good ones.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Yeah, no, I'm definitely happy to do this. It was no skin off my back whatsoever, man.
Yeah, I know it's hard with the time difference, but we always make it work. So nah, it's all love, man. You know, I love you back, man. Much love to you and your folks, man. You
Yeah,
know,
appreciate you,
y'all
man.
like my peoples too. So, and then, you know, whenever you want to stop by mom's crib or my grandma's crib, you always welcome. They always
Uh,
ask about you too. They be like, how's Rodney doing? You know, he can stop by, especially since you live over there. So, you know, stop by whenever.
got you.
But yeah, nah, I appreciate it. And this was super dope, man. Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, and I say this on every video, the Zoom meeting record button, that voice, it always gets me. It's really creepy. All right, but this is, of course, this is your boy Rod. We're doing 25 days of gratitude, and I have a very, very special person on this today. We have Fakeness, aka Danielle, aka Danny, aka Nurse Danny, aka the Locked RN.
Yes,
All the
the locked are
names.
in.
Shout out to her. I'm grateful for having her on today. She's been around for quite some time. Like many of my friends, it goes back to my Carolina days. And Danny has seen me at my raggediest, and now my little less raggedness. And something I've always appreciated about her is she's always been a really honest person, and she's really caring to the people around her. And she's always been really focused on her goals and what she wants to achieve in life. And as another goal-driven individual, it's always nice to see somebody else going after what they want to go after in life and achieving that. And in achieving that, it gives me the kind of drive and the kind of reassurance that if I do work hard, or what I want to achieve in life can be achieved. So I definitely appreciate you for going after everything you want in life, everything you said you wanted to do, you've done, and you've exceeded those expectations. And that's really admirable and something I always look up to. I have a lot of friends that do a lot of different things. Danny is a nurse, and I know that's a tough, demanding field. I remember when we used to have lunch or dinner. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go catch a nap in the parking lot real quick," and I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound normal, but I guess if it's normal for you, then that's cool. You've always been our listening ear. I know I've spilled my fair share of troubles upon you, and first, I'm sorry. Thank you for
No
listening.
apologies needed.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for always being honest with me and keeping it real, telling me the things I needed to hear and not necessarily what I wanted to hear a lot of the times, and not coddling me too much. I may regret this, but she is one of the realest persons that I have ever met, and somebody I'm going to always hold near and dear to my heart. So I thank you for who you are and everything that you do and everything that you've become.
Oh, thanks, Rod. You call me fake, but you said I'm real, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I'll always be here for you. You know that.
I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. And congrats on your engagement. Congrats on everything you've achieved. I'm proud of you. Wishing you nothing but happiness. And yeah, what else can I say? I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
I'm never gonna live down calling you real, am I?
You're not, but it's okay. I will still be fakeness. Just knowing in your heart, you know the truth. I'm good with it.
Oh my God. Oh man. All right, guys. I was just joking about that part. I was actually just being facetious. I was acting. I was
No, he
projecting.
wasn't.
No, I wasn't. She's dope. I can't front. But yeah, that's
I
all.
love you, Rod.
Love you too. Definitely appreciate you for hopping on. Know you have a lot to do and you have different things you could be handling. You could be sleeping right now. So anytime somebody gives me some of their time, it's one of the things we can't get back. I definitely appreciate you. And part of the reasons why I wanted to do this is that I know we both know, like, over the years, different celebrities and numerous amounts of tragedies in the Black community have happened. So I just wanted to be able to sing the praises of the people that I love and that I can touch while they're here, because God forbid anything happened between either one of us, and that last Facebook status would not be read, and that last text message couldn't be read. So just wanted to take the chance and just express it verbally, face to face, Some people didn't do face to face because everybody can't pull off the dreadlock look like us. So I mean, I wake up like this, so I don't have to really worry about getting dressed. But
Facts.
all seriousness, definitely want to sing the praises of so many amazing Black people while they're here, while they can listen, and while they can truly appreciate it.
Well, I don't know if I can speak for everybody, but I will assume that we are all really grateful for this because you did not have to pick us. You did not have to take the time out of your day to tell us why you're grateful for us. And like you said, this isn't done often enough, and I really appreciate you choosing me. It means a lot to me.
I mean, I think it's something that we can do. Hopefully, it inspires other people to touch people around them, even just very briefly. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving, and maybe I'll do it year after year, and hopefully we'll have you on this time next year.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Hope you have a good rest of your day. If I don't talk to you again before the holidays, have a happy holiday and a good New Year.
Same to you.
Have a good day, fakeness.
See you later, fakerness.
Bye.
Bye.
Google. All right, I make the same joke every time I start recording. The Zoom record in progress voice is really creepy. I'm not a Zoomer. That's not part of my job description yet. But we got the Bombshell, aka Shell. Some people don't need a lot of introduction. Shell is one of them. I met Shell at where I meet a lot of my friends and family, not family, but friends. I met her at Carolina. And one thing I've always noticed about her is that she has a really big and bright personality. And it's the type of personality that is kind of exudes energy and positive energy, and it attracts people to her. And I always notice that the people around her are either as successful or on their way to being as successful as her as well. So that's definitely something I really just appreciate about her, is that she has that openness, she has that energy that a lot of people don't possess. She's a go-getter, of course, 2 degrees, killing it in her field, doing it all of her extracurriculars too. She's got her nonprofit, Choose True project. It's wonderful to watch it evolve and become something greater. And as someone that's kind of taking something and building into something bigger, I can always admire someone that takes it from the ground up, from few people knowing about it to dozens of people knowing about it and having it making an impact. That's definitely something I can admire, and I take from you, because seeing other people achieve makes it seem like I can achieve too. Because you know what Jay said, all the hustlers like to see one of us make it. And that's all I want. I'm not the type of person to hate on another person's success. Like when I see you succeed, I'm like, yes, yes, I can do the same thing too if I go after my goals the same way she does. She brings awareness to several different fronts. She's a great friend to others. I've never heard a bad word about Shell. And if I did hear a bad word, it's on site. I'm defending her name. That's what we're not going to do. And point, period. I think that's the first time I've ever said point, period. But
perfect.
I love her commitment to helping others, just the genuineness, just the honesty. And I always want to be grateful for always putting it on a public forum a lot of times. I know that's not always easy, and definitely a lot of people appreciate it, and a lot of people may not say it, but like me, there's plenty of others that have been impacted by the things that you have done.
Oh man, Ronnie, thank you. That was a lot. Sometimes when you hear it like that, you're like, wow, it reminds you of when people are like, tell me about yourself in 5 minutes, and you're like, well, I grew up in Charleston, South. You started so slow, but the past couple of years have been a lot, and I'm glad that you are giving the people around you gratitude. And I don't ever but gratitude for me definitely goes to God, because literally I just sometimes don't even understand how I'm able to do the things that I do. I have no idea. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this, but there are times where the energy to muster up to do something, or or be, or show up, I have no idea how I do it. So it has to be God. It has to be a higher. Definitely. There's nothing else that reminds me to do that. Or I always think about the ideas that I have and how I'm able to execute them. I mean, of course, everything is God given, so that the gratitude goes to that. But yeah, no, I mean, that was a great 5 minutes. Maybe I need to like put that into like my 5 minute spiel.
No, definitely. All glory goes back to God and
Yeah.
everything that we do.
Yeah.
I'm the same way sometimes. Like I'll really be in the middle of doing something. Like people really laugh. It's like Rod, like how'd you learn how to cook? And I'm like, don't like it. Like I practiced and like I learned a lot, but like in the midst, I'm like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like, you know, like The Office, like they turn the camera. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is really happening right now. Like, oh my God, these people expect me to do these things.
They're really expecting you to do these things. Yeah, no, and thank you for like including me in this project. The past couple of weeks have been really weird to me. I think you told me that I give you good energy and I give other people around me, and that's something that I really, really like hold myself to a standard. But these last couple of weeks, I have just not been feeling like myself. So like you said, I mean, it could be seasonal depression, or it could just be, my anxiety, or, whatever it is, but I haven't been feeling like myself. So this is nice to hear this, because I feel like when you're in that space of despair or not feeling like yourself, you can dig yourself real deep. I mean, you know what I mean?
A lot of hours, a lot of days. All of a sudden, it's a whole new year, and you haven't been yourself for a while. So definitely.
And you haven't been yourself for a while, or you're like, I think for me, it's something that I knew for like a clear. I didn't want to talk to my friends. Like I didn't want to talk to people. Like, and I was like, wait, you always want to talk to your friends. Like now you don't. So that was like one of the clear things. My anxiety's just been super high from like work, just all the things that I've been doing. So I was like, this is like great to hear, somebody give me praise. I often try to practice gratitude and mindfulness a lot. But again, like I said, when you're in that space of just like hard times, it's hard to get yourself out of that and really talk positive to yourself. I mean, I know people say, it's easier said than done, but it is really hard. So I commend people who are really trying to work through themselves and on their journey of like being who they are and going through the really hard times and going through the really great times, and how you can do both at the same time. I think people think when you're sad, you just have to be like just a shit show and you have to be sad as hell. There's no positivity can come out your life. There's no happiness, but like the two can coexist at the same time. You can be happy and sad at the same time. You can be a lot of things at the same time. So
I try to tell people that. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're fine. No, I was just saying, yeah, that's what you can do. I think we've said the same thing, right? With grief and happiness, you can do the same at the same time. Like you can want to twerk at the club and still be sad. You can do all these things at the same time. And it, that's just who we are as people. We have a lot of different emotions, and really digging through how you go through those emotions as like personally and like on your journey, I think is so inspiring. So yeah, I mean, thank you for including me in this. I mean, I was thinking back, I was like, man, like in 2014, when I was like looking for a headshot, somebody to do headshots, like I have no idea why I hit you up. I mean, of course I was in Charleston and you were there, but like, I just was like, oh, I'm gonna hit up Ronnie. I think like, I was really nervous about pictures. I was like, oh, I feel like he would make me feel like I can do this. Like it'll be easy. It's headshots. I think that was like my first time getting headshots. And then boom, like we did it. I had a great time. They were great headshots. And then when I started working with you for my Choose True project, it was just like super full circle. So like, thank you for being you. I think you are a really multi-dimensional person. And that's hard in this world, because people put you in one box and want to keep you there, but like you do a lot of stuff. Like a lot. I hope you know that. And I don't say it to be facetious, or I don't say it to be like you're doing too much. I think you are doing as much as you are, and to keep yourself happy, and you're really good at it, or you're like trying to like hone into your craft. So it's really inspiring to see. But every time I be like, oh wait, he's into that. Oh, okay, that's cool. Just add that to your list.
No, I'm very much like I don't know if you like see Shaq and like Snoop Dogg and like some of the people that do like a lot of different things, and like something my grandfather always told me is like, the one thing you should do is always try. And
yeah, ooh, that's a good one.
No matter what it is, if you don't try it, you'll never know. And the worst you can do is fail. And as someone that's failed at quite a bit at different things, I've learned that it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And failure, teaches you either one of two things: either that's not for you, or that's really not for you. And finding that out is almost something like almost as good as succeeding in some aspects, because when you find out something is not for you, you can leave it alone. You can never touch it again, or you could come back to it and do it in a different manner. But so definitely, I enjoy doing different things. Keeps my life interesting, keeps me out of trouble, keeps me. I don't mind as a devil's workplace. My grandma would be real mad for me getting that quote right or wrong, but whatever the quote is I try to keep my mind busy. I try to inspire people around me and uplift. Always trying to keep, like when I said, like when I make it, everybody's going to make it all at once. And it's been a great conversation. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for embracing my randomness, because I know like I have friends that I shoot bad eyes like, hey man, we should do this.
Yeah.
No, Rodney.
No.
And I appreciate the friends that say no, but I also appreciate the friends that embrace me and say yes, and help make something bigger than what it could be.
No, thank you for including me. You have inspired me. And this is like a right on time message. I think my grandma would be happy I said that, right? This is a right on time message, because it definitely made me feel good. So I know that your intention with this is twofold, and I want you to let you know that like I am very grateful that you included me in this and you gave me my praise, because I can be really hard on myself at times. So thank you, because I do appreciate it. It's a great start to my week.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're the hardest on ourselves, and sometimes your mind can be really unkind to you. And
yes,
no matter how much you journal, no how much you write things down. Like I've been through all the tropes. I've been through the therapy sessions that tell you to write 10 things down that you like about yourself. Oh, cook yourself a meal or treat yourself. Like no matter how much you do it, sometimes it's all for naught, but sometimes it's good to hear it from a different perspective. It's just like working on a project in a group or anything. You get a different perspective on things, and you get a little bit of innovation, and you diversify your team, your thoughts, and get it from different perspectives. It brings it full circle. So what it's done for me is, of course, people have like, oh my God, this has been great, Rodney. Like, we love you, and it's giving me like I'm not doing this all alone. Like, you're not alone in this life. You're not alone in the things you're doing. Other people are struggling too. Other people are going through stuff. So, like I said before, thank you for hopping on. Continue killing it. If I could ever be of any help, I'll definitely, I got you. Thanks.
But when I make it, you making it, because you're gonna be my official photographer.
Hey, no more pasta. No more pasta.
No more pasta. Well, shit, we can do chef too, man. We can do personal chef. I mean, personal photographer. I mean, we can do it all.
Just let me know when and where. I'm there.
I got you. Thank you, Rodney. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for including me. Please let me know anything else you need from me. I am always here. And yeah, thank you for this idea. I'm trying. My mind is moving of how I can.
Please.
Something
pick it apart. Pick it apart. Use it for your own glory. I don't need any credit or anything like that. Just take it and multiply it and put it into the universe. And have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week. And I'll send you the completed project when it's done.
Yay! Thank you, Rodney. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Off topic. All right, I'd say the same joke every time. The Zoom recording in progress voice is really scary. It is really creepy. This is another 25 Days of Gratitude. I got one of my best friends on here. I got the champ, a.k.a. Nye the Creator, a.k.a. Nyasia Green, Dash Chandler. I almost fucked up. I'm like, damn, she married. Like, I'd be forgetting. You, Rachel, I'd be forgetting. Like, oh, no, the last name.
I do it too.
No, but that's my fault. That's on me being a little slow. I met Champ like a lot of people I really admire and have come to become close with. Met her at Carolina. We stayed in good old Bates House together. Oh, Bates House. I haven't heard that name in a while. But Naya's just been really similar since the day I met her. She's always been real warm and genuine, and she's always been headstrong and really focused on what she wanted to do in her life. And I've always really admired her ability to get things. the way we say it is get shit done. Like no matter what it is and what, no matter the time frame or how it gets done, she gets what she wants to get done. So it doesn't matter if it's graduating her newly exploding tech career. If Nigel puts her mind to it, she truly gets what she wants to get done. And I've noticed a kind of a reoccurring pattern I have with a lot of my friends. I find positive traits that I have are often mirrored in them, and I feel like I'm driven. And when I find out that somebody else is driven, it kind of gives me a little bit of a boost emotionally because, like, yeah, she's making her goals get done, and she's grinding, and she's doing what she wants to do to go where she wants to go. I need to do the same thing in my life, and maybe we can always end up at the top together. So I'm definitely grateful for you always expressing that, you sharing that. We've had a whole journey across the different paths. And I'm definitely appreciative of that. You've always been a really kind person, at least to me. Maybe sorry, other people. It's always, no matter what you've gone through, you've always been a kind person, and you've always been the type of person that has looked out for me as well. Whether it just be a voice to talk to when I need, always offering me. Oh no, don't no. See,
I'm sorry. I told you.
you should have had sunglasses on. See,
Ah, you're right.
no, you're always offering a shoulder to cry on, even strangers, whether it be a joke or a serious conversation. There's always something that to have that kind of humility and to go through different things in life is really something admirable, and to kind of stay grounded because a lot of people when stuff happens to them, they can kind of lose who they are and within their rights to do so. Like you haven't had a full Kanye moment quite yet, so and you haven't become the things you used to hate, and I definitely appreciate that about you, and I'm thankful for you being a continued part of my life and having an impact on my life and helping me become who I am because I don't get to where I am in life without a lot of you guys, and I don't know if you guys know that or not, but you guys have had just as much of an impact as I have on you guys, and I hope I've had some sort of a positive impact outside of food and righteousness and everything.
That's a positive impact. What you talking about?
All jokes aside, I love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me, for all the people around you, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Well, I'm about to cry next, and then I don't know. But thank you, Rodney. That was so nice. I told you I cry like 4 times a day, so it's probably this is my second cry probably. But thank you, man. And you have had such a big impact on me. I don't care what I'm going through. I know if I talk to you, my day is going to be better because, and like you said, it don't matter if it's just a joke. You be having me dying, you know. I be dying like mentally, and then you be having me dying like funny wise. So that'd be great. But it's always a good time, and I wish we still lived near each other so we could just laugh and joke and eat more. And yeah, man, it's just y'all, the group, you, the group, me, everybody. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm just I can't take anymore. So when people say they're like, you always doing this, you so ambitious, you so headstrong. It's like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. And it's like, y'all like, why not? You always have. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. All right, y'all, appreciate y'all. But that is very helpful. So y'all don't know. It's
Honestly,
huh?
I said it's the standard you said. It's kind of like Apple products, even though I'm not an Apple product. Like when you see the Apple symbol on something, and you just automatically know that it's going to be quality and it's going to do what it says it's going to do. And you're a lot like that. Even though I heard that y'all people have problems with FaceTime, and FaceTime not anymore. I'm like,
Hey, we can, man, can't be 100% all the time.
Laughs in Google Pixel.
See?
It's like waiting for LeBron to lose. Like, Jesus Christ.
The water almost came out my nose.
And they came full circle. Now he's a Laker. I can't even cheer anymore. God damn it.
I be feeling the same way mixed feels. I'm like,
Welcome. Here's some cookies. Welcome. Nah, but in all seriousness, thank you for hopping on.
Oh yeah.
Always appreciate you, and can't wait to see what you do next. If I don't talk to you again, like voice to voice, have a happy holiday, a good New Year. Do something fun, eat some good food. Hopefully Hopefully the Lakers pull it out on Christmas Day. So
Hopefully. Well, if you're cooking again, I slide on down since you said eat some good food. I'm like, well, you told me to eat some good food.
I mean, they always coming through. Always coming. Oh, the door is always open. All you gotta do is tell me you're on the way. So
Okay. Oh, okay.
if I'm at the restaurant, you come through and I'll look out for you. Or if I'm at the house, I'll put pants on.
As long as you got the food, it's fine. You do what you do.
I got you. All right, champ. I hope you have a good
All
rest
right.
of the day.
You too. I'm crying a little more than I don't know. I might work today.
I ain't crying today because real G's don't cry.
Man, I should put my stunner shades on.
Hey, knowing if I'm crying, y'all will never know.
Man, my face be all shiny, so I had the sunglasses on. Y'all like, nice, you all right? Like, yeah, man, face all wet. You like, you sweat? I'm sweating. I'm hot. I'm hot. It's okay.
I'll just be in odd places with sunglasses on. I'm like, bro, it's dark in here right now. I'm good. I just like looking cool.
You do look cool, man. Your dreads are long. Bro, I'm gonna get me some weave. I'm gonna catch up to you and Gabby.
No, Gabby cheated. Gabby hair was longer than mine, man. I was like, man, like, hold up.
What is it?
Your Gabby hair. Well, listen, your hair by I started from the ground. I was out here. I had ugly dreads. Gabby dreads never look bad. Like I went through a struggle phase.
Right, I don't remember yours ever looking bad.
I looked like ramen noodles at one point.
Stomach hurt.
I look like Russian beef flavored noodles up top. When it was just here. Man. I didn't know. I'm gonna tell the one story that I'm gonna leave. Okay. I didn't know my dreads was when my dreads finally started getting some length. I got humbled because I went on a date and I had like a hair tie on my wrist. And the girl, what you got the hair tie for? What you mean? So I put my hair in the ponytail. What hair? What do you mean, what hair? Look. So I pulled it back. I'm like, that's not it, honey. Needless to say, I did not have a second date. And I went home and reevaluated my life. My hair was indeed not long. I look like an onion. Bruh. And for y'all watching, this is kind of how like our really go.
All the time. This bitch got me.
This bitch calling me produce. Produce ass bitch. I hope YouTube don't block it because I'm cursing, but it's all right.
Okay, yeah.
All right, champ. Have a good day.
All right, you too. I'll talk to you in the group chat. Bye.
Bye. I say the same joke at the start of every video. The Zoom recording in progress voice is really creepy, and I hate it so much, and I hate that it's a thing. But we're back with 25 Days of Gratitude. I have another lovely guest, another deeply person I'm fond of, a friend for a long time. I have Asia. I've known Asia since the Carolina days, like a lot of different people, and we go way back. So it's been some years. It's crazy. And one of the things that I've always kind of admired about Asia, she had the ability to be really headstrong, and she's always stood out as an individual. You're an individual. You're not a people pleaser. You're not a crowd pleaser. You've always been your own person, and that's something that a lot of people don't do at a younger age. And especially as you've grown an adult, it's served you well and it's helped propel you to where you are now. And you've always been, at least to me, you've always been really kind. I always preface that, like, I'm sorry everybody else, at least to me. You've always been really kind. You've always been really real, really honest, and really down to earth. And I've always appreciated that about you. And going forward, just your drive and you pursuing your goals and transitioning from career to career is something I've always admired because, as you know, I've done a lot of different things myself.
Yeah.
So going from one career to another, trying different things, trying to find your niche and what you want to do, following your passions is not something that's easy to do. And so when somebody else does it, and it feels like all right, I'm not crazy, and I'm not out here just fumbling everything on just figuring out as I'm going. It's really just life and just finding what you want to do, today and tomorrow and going forward is really something hard. And when someone finds something that they do and they really excel in it, it's very commendable. And I'm definitely proud of you and everything that you've accomplished.
Oh,
Don't you do it?
I won't.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a G.
No,
But no,
go ahead.
am I allowed to say something back?
No, you're allowed to say something back. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if people really know they can say things back. Like this is a safe space. I'm not a judgmental person at all. So if you want to say something back, I've had people like Niaja cry. I've had other friends express themselves as well. I've had friends that were clearly overwhelmed in the moment. So it's a lot. I have a bad habit of being kind of overbearing because I'm an expressive person. So like how I feel in the moment is what I'm going to say at the moment, and it's good and bad.
Yeah.
Feel free to respond, chime in.
No, I was just gonna say pretty much the same thing to you. Like that was one thing that I've always noticed in you from day one. First time I saw you, or we Jesus, doesn't even matter. I was about to say, but no, like you were always you. You know what I mean? No matter what anyone had to say, no matter what anyone wanted to do, like you were always Rodney from the moment I met you till right now. Like I feel like you've changed in a good way. You know what I mean? Like you've definitely grown. Your whole voice even sound different. Big ups to the deep voice, you know. But like as far as like personality and like just who you are, like you have like the purest heart that I have ever come across. I'm a vibe person. Like I like to just feel people and who they are and what they're giving off. And I've never like felt anything negative from you. Even like when we'd be like joking around and like just doing the stupidest of things that we could think of, like you just always had a good heart. You put your last out there for anybody. And I just want to thank you for that, because there's been situations that you've helped me in. I don't even think you realize were like a big deal. Even something as simple as like, hey, Rodney, like I'm stuck in 5 points. Can you come get me or I'm going to die? You know, something like that. So and like on the other hand, I want to thank you for just being you. You know what I mean? In my Snoop Dogg voice.
No, I'm definitely the same way, and I thank you for that. It's always weird to. I'm getting better at accepting compliments. All right, so me getting compliments is kind of twofold. It's me getting compliments like, oh yeah, thanks very much, like, and then there's me like, man, I know. But I feel like it's a medium. It's a medium. It's a happy medium when I try to find it. But I'm definitely
balance.
Yeah, it's balance. I've been doing. I did yoga this morning, so I feel really centered right now.
I go to boxing tomorrow. Best hobby in the world.
You know, I was actually thinking about there's a boxing gym down here, and they do like morning sessions.
Yeah.
And because I do like the gym, and it's like the gym is cool, and like running in the park is cool, but like I wanted to change it up, so I might look to
try it. I go to Title.
Okay.
But
that's
like,
the same one that's here.
Yep, I love it. Like I love it so much. I do. I
might
can't
give it a
even
try. But I'm also a vibe person, and I've same way on this end. I kind of feel people's energy and feel them out. And it's gonna sound real hotepish, but like the longer my hair gets, the more in tune I am to people's energy.
Oh, that's a real thing.
I've heard, and like I've been following like my intuition, and like if it doesn't feel right, as of right now, I always try to address it. And I've gotten older now, so I can address it in more mature ways. And I don't have to yell. But, I've definitely been appreciative, and I'm always down to help you any way I can. If I always be assistance, you got my number, you got my Zoom, whatever this is. You got the group me. I'm always down to help you or anybody else, especially because once I got you forever.
No, that's a fact. Nope. Don't worry. When I get my business up and popping next year, you're gonna be one of the first people I call.
Hey, I'm doing social media management starting right now. I have a few clients.
There you go.
I get my MBA in a few months. Like, hey,
hey man, congrats. That's what's up.
Thank you. Definitely, it's you and anybody else that's really around me. One of the things I wanted to do, that's why, like, aside from cooking, I wanted to be able to bring like luxury, convenience, and things of that nature to my people, my family, Black people, because like should be expensive.
Yeah.
But, the people that I was looking to invest in one of my friend's business, and I wanted to get her like business coaching classes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna go on Google and go on Facebook and see. Like, I'm like, all right, I want to get a Black woman. She's a Black woman. Boom, it's gonna put it together. I'm like, I looked it up. Like, bro, $600 for you not even to have a degree.
Yeah.
Like, granted, you could have a degree and still be a dumbass, but like have some credentials about you for you to be charging these outrageous prices.
They don't care anymore. Everybody's a social media. Everybody has a social media MBA.
Like literally, but yeah. So always, like my route was always to be able to provide and give back because as much as I may not show it, I've learned a lot from everybody around me, and I kind of
Yeah.
pick and choose like different things that have impacted me, and I use that to help me grow. So like as much as you've grown as a person, that's helped me push me forward, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this because like without you guys, I'm not where I am right now. If I would have tried to do this alone, try to do this life thing alone, I was not making it this far, and so I'm forever grateful for you guys.
No, it's tough. And anytime you feel like you're like in a hole, because I've been through it. I think the only person I actually even talked about it, because it's so hard in our community to talk about stuff like that. So like first of all, I commend you for even being so open and upfront about it. Because like when I went through my go-throughs, I told nobody. Like the only person who knew was my immediate family. And then I had to reach out to Haley during a time where I was contemplating suicide. You know what I mean? So like I fully understand and like I support you in any way. Call me if you need me. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. I'm up anyway, I feel like with these kids. So just ring me whenever you feel like you need to, because I am here.
Definitely, especially in our community. I know it's tough, and I know me personally as a black man, the stigma, the strong black man type.
Yeah.
I've been trying to. I still have my days where, like, I'll sit there and be sad. Like, I know if I text somebody or call somebody, they'll be more than willing to talk it out with me.
Yeah.
Like, why am I like sitting there like, why is it like this?
Yeah.
I'll be sad. Like, I have different stages of my like I'm sad, and then I think about like dog, like you don't. It doesn't have to be like this.
Right.
Then I'll say something funny, and then I'll be okay again.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay again. I'm just functioning.
Right.
I think if you're watching this, there's a distinction between being okay and functioning.
Absolutely.
Because you can have high functioning anxiety and still not be okay, but you're going through your day to day task. And what kind of happens for me is it kind of snowballs,
Right.
and it'll be like say June 1st, and next thing you know it's July, and now it's August, and
Yeah.
now I'm looking at like what happened. Like all I did was spend money, put gas in my car, and go to work.
Yep.
And it's like dog, what happened? And then like from my first therapy session to the sessions I have now, just talking with people and being more open. I think I had a teacher. I interviewed one of my old teachers, and he was like from the moment that I walked into class, like I was that source of positive energy, and that's when I wanted to get. I wanted to get back to that Rodney, and I wanted to get back because the energy hadn't felt the same earlier this year, had in a while, and I'm like all right, if he this is like 12th grade teacher, so like if he recognized that back then, and I'm
Right.
looking at myself now, like the energy doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it's high. So like
Right.
I even took. Do you believe I took a day off? I took a day off. Like what? It is.
That's crazy.
It's a Saturday. I'm not feeding white
Take
people.
things off. I've been here 2 years now. I've taken one day off.
Man, same. This is my first day off in like 3.5 years. At least scheduled day off, like COVID, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
But definitely, whenever if you ever need me, I wake up really easily. 'Cause
Me too.
I am not. I can't. I'm not the late night unless I'm really working to create on something. I'm one of them men that go to sleep immediately. My head hits the pillow. Like this pillow.
I feel
Rodney's
you.
out. I'm out immediately. Like
That's
you.
a blessing in itself.
If you take too long to talk to me at a party, I'm going to sleep. If I'm calling you and I'm waiting outside, I'm going to take a nap. When I went to 5 Points for what was it, the Clemson game.
Yeah.
Nice and Gabby like, yeah, we stuck in traffic. All right, cool. I'm gonna go bust this nap out, and y'all call me when y'all get here. I'm like, I could have been robbed. They could have stole my car. I could have been hurt. Like, who cares? I'm taking this nap right now.
The things we value now that we did not value back then.
That sleep. Woo. But Mr. Rose, I love you. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank
I
you so
love
much
you
for being
too.
part of who I am and what I've become and what I'm going to be in the future. And if you ever need my help for anything, I either know how to do it, I'll figure out how to do it, or we could get somebody else on the
We'll
line.
Google it together.
Google it together.
No,
Have a good rest of your day, and have a Merry Christmas
Yes.
And we'll
Happy
be talking.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Hopefully, I see y'all soon.
Yeah.
I plan on coming home eventually.
Where are you at now?
I'm in Pennsylvania in Hershey. I work at Milton Hershey School.
Okay. I'm planning to travel more next year. That's one of my goals.
Yeah, it's a boarding school, so let me know. There's so many cool things here. I literally work for the Willy Wonka of America. It's wild.
Hey, if you ever have a career day, I'll come through. You can like, hey, we have
Okay.
an authentic Southern chef.
No, for real. Oh, don't worry. You're doing my wedding, just so you know.
Say less. Say less. I'm there. I'm there.
Be prepared. I said I was gonna have max 50 people. Like I don't want a lot of people.
I don't care how many people you have. I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there.
You're there, but I want you to also. I'm gonna pay you too. I want you to pay.
Everybody wants to pay me to do things, and I'm really bad at taking money from people.
No, I need the food. We need the food.
The food is going to be there, and the food is going to be fire. But definitely, whenever that day comes, I'll be there no matter what.
Yes. No, thanks so much. This is awesome. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. This is what I do. Bring people together and do dope things.
Hey, why not? But no, don't forget, reach out. Happy holidays. And I will talk to you whenever. Actually, I'm gonna talk to you today in the group me.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your day.
Same. Bye.
Bye. The Zoom recording in progress voice is really creepy. I wish they would do something about it. The robotic white women is just not it.
Facts.
But
be an option.
This is another 25 days of gratitude. Another special guest. I got my man Derek Hucks, aka D Hucks, aka formerly known as Fat Boy Clean Sneaks.
Formerly.
Rashid Sunflower, one of a good friend. A little different than a lot of people that you're going to see on this kind of project. I did not meet Derek in college. Met Derek a little later in life at our job at Hudson Nissan, and it was a rough start. it was a rough start. It was one of those friendships where it did not start on even keel because of circumstances and me being who I am. But he's always been the same person that I've met from the day I met him, and he's been the same even keel kind of person. And he's one of the few people. The thing I've learned that going through this is that a lot of the friends that I do we share similar qualities. And something I've always appreciated about you is your ability to swim with sharks. And when I say swim with sharks, is your ability to navigate through different people, different situations, whether it be high, low, and able to do it successfully and have that be fruitful for you. So that's definitely something like, all right, I see another person that knows what he's doing. And another thing I've always appreciated you about, and I don't know if you noticed this, you made fatherhood look really cool. And you make it like kind of like prime time, like NBA players, like all that type of stuff. And it's like all right, you maybe Tantrum, a couple of people like I've known for a while that have gone on like granted, I've had people in my life who have had kids and great parents, but you're one of the people that I'm the closest to that I know. Like you made it cool. And it's something I could see. You're a good dad. You're a great dad, and it's something I've always admired and appreciated because it's just something that's it wasn't visible to me for a long time.
Right.
Just to put it completely bluntly like that. One of the humblest dudes I know. This is just me screaming you guys' praises throughout this. Feel free to interrupt me, chime in anytime. But this is mainly wanted to be me singing your praises and you guys' praises throughout the project. And I appreciate that. Those two qualities are definitely something I appreciate about you because it's helped me grow into where I am now. Just having that confirmation about what you're doing and in conjunction with actually having my back in several situations, investing in me in certain situations, even from the small things to the large things, is always something I've appreciated. And this the first 25 days of gratitude I've done without sunglasses. And the reason why I was doing with sunglasses just in case I had a little But
Start cutting onions.
I was that someone cutting onions over there, and
A
but
little dusty.
I'm holding it together pretty good. I was just rushing,
Yeah.
and I think the sunglasses are in the car. So everybody else, don't take
Um,
it personally. It was on my end. I'm supposed to have sunglasses on. I might digitize some sunglasses on them.
yeah. To a couple of the things, I think where our friendship started probably started on one of the worst days you had at Hudson Nissan.
Yeah.
Like I remember, and just like you said, and having your back, and I don't think you noticed it in the moment. Um, I think you were just in a space where you were really trying to defend yourself, and it was really trying to figure out who was for you and who was not. Um, obviously the couple of guys that were getting on your nerves, they definitely didn't give the signal that they were on your side. And me being who I am, even though I'm a Goose Creek Gator and you're a Stratford Knight, like I told somebody the other day, I was like, I remember even though we were cross city rivals, I don't think Stratford looked at Goose Creek as much of a rival back then, but I remember that next year after I graduated, I think y'all went to state. Were you on that team, the '06 team?
07? Was it 06?
Oh, it
No,
was either '06 or '07. Y'all
05
played, I
or
think y'all
06.
played Rock Hill at Williams Bryce.
It might have been 05 actually, because I was a
Okay.
sophomore when we went to state, and Rock Hill rocked our shit.
Yeah, okay. So yes, it was that. And I remember it was a few of my teammates, we came up there to support you guys because, even though, you guys are rivals, it was still support. And it was even then that day, I still remember, I was like, I see my man's kind of going through it right now. And, I'm a guy that's been around for a little bit, and I might be able to help bring some, calm to whatever's going on. Um, and, we exchanged some words. I'm glad that we were able to get through that. And I think you've seen that my support from you, even from that moment, to as we speak today, that support has stayed. Um, and as far as being a dad, like I really appreciate that. Like I felt the onions start to be cut for a second. I hear that a lot. I get that a lot. And to be honest with you, it's not for me. It's just being. You probably hear it. Folks say that be who you needed. When you were younger.
Yep.
In every phase of my son's life, who's now 15, um, I've just tried to be who I felt I needed, because I had a rough on my own, not from anybody else, just acting out, just doing things because I didn't have the attention that I felt that I needed, that masculine energy, that masculine approval, that masculine guidance. Not to say that there wasn't masculinity around me, it just wasn't concentrated on me. And I feel like that is, something that, especially in our community, something that ails us, and continues to ail us. So with my son, I just try to be who I really, really needed when I was his age at different phases. Whether we're talking about respecting women, whether it be birds and the bees, how you carry yourself when you're playing sports, whatever the case may be, how he keeps his hair, how you just like all of those things, just being a part of it. And I think what resonates with a lot of people is I think that they see what I do with him. It's like, man, like that's what I wish I had as I was coming up. And it's surprising how many of us, even if we had a father figure present, how much we still didn't get. So I try to be as involved as I can with him while not being overbearing and not overstepping. I let him make his mistakes and I let him learn. But I'm always present. I'm always there to help pick him up when something doesn't go his way. It's just something that I was raised by my grandparents. My granddad, all he did was work. I think I played 4 years of high school football, played a little bit in rec league. I think I played like one season of rec league. What about 10, 11 games in a season? and if you make playoffs, depending on how deep you go, another 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I think in all of that time, my granddad made it to one game. It was Fort Dorchester, my senior year. And I don't even think he stayed the entire game. I think he left a little bit after half. But like now with Carter, my son, I'm at like everything, like practice. I don't go to his track conditioning. He's running track now, but like I try to be at practices. I try not to miss games. Anytime I was able to coach, I would coach. So no, I appreciate that. It's something that I do take pride in, and I love them to death. So I try to do what I can to make sure. You hear all of the stuff about folks saying raise better men. I am definitely invested, especially because he's going to be a man of color. So I definitely want to try to instill the things in him necessary to be a successful man in this society that does not always love us, but loves us, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So yeah, I appreciate that.
No, definitely. And I don't know if you know like how like you being visible, you being open with that, it's gonna change the narrative. It's going to inspire a lot of people that might be a little younger than you, people that you've
Yeah.
come in contact with, people that you work with, people like me. Just what I've tried to tell people a lot of times, like, because I have a lot of people that do a lot of different things. I have people that have nonprofits. I have people that are social media people. I have people out in the working world. I have people that have millions and like maybe not millions, thousands of people that follow them. And what I try
Yeah.
to tell people is that their work isn't going unnoticed, and whether it be me that's going to benefit from it and grow, there's somebody that's following you right now, either online or in real life, that's going to benefit from what you're doing. And so, what I try to tell everybody is keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing as much as you're comfortable with sharing. And sometimes people overshare, but I don't ever get that case from you. But keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path, and you're impacting me. And I've said this several times. With even though we haven't been like some people I know for 10, 15 years, and ours
Yeah.
like it's shorter, but you've impacted me going forward.
And
Because
vice versa.
um,
And vice versa.
I mean, that's all we can do. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, I interviewed one of my teachers, and like if you can have an impact on somebody, then for me as a human being, that's the goal. Like I like money, like
hmm
cars,
hmm
like clothes, like going on nice trips and whatnot. But
All of the above.
for me, the thing I value the most are people
Yeah.
and the connections you can make. So when I tell people, like, man, I don't really need much. Like, you get
Right.
me and a group of people, especially people that I really rock vibe with. You can put
hmm
us in a room, and you can put us in a room at Cuba,
hmm
Miami, New York, Goose Creek,
Right.
downtown, Columbia. It doesn't matter, and it'll be like I won't even care because
Right.
what I value the most and what I get the most is the connections I make with people,
Facts.
and definitely just learning, watching you evolve, and being involved with your son has definitely helped me tremendously, and I definitely appreciate you for that.
Well, you know, probably one of the greater inspirations I had in my life, though brief, because I really caught on to him, I think probably a little bit before Victory Lap came out, was Nipsey. And one thing that he said often was, one of the greatest things you can do for people is inspire them. And being able, especially, whether it be, whether you're trying to do it or it's just happening, like there are definitely times where I'm trying to inspire. Like something, like my son, he might watch me go through a situation, and I hope that how I handle it inspires him to be able to handle things that's a certain kind of way. But there are other times it's just if you're just living your life a certain kind of way, and it's not saying being perfect because we all,
We
you're
all
all
fall
gonna make
short.
mistakes. Um, but it's really dope when people just see it, and it inspires them. not like I'm not doing like a Ray Lewis, pregame, speech and all that, to get people fired up. People are just, they see it and, it inspires them. And it's really dope to know that, you have an impact on people, a positive impact on people. It's very humbling, very, very humbling.
It's great that you brought up Nipsey because a point I've made in a few videos, like Nipsey, of course, Kobe, most recently when Young Dolph died, you always see the influx of love and admiration, and you get all the quotes, the think pieces, the old videos, and like this is going to be one of my old videos. Like everybody has that, like you see like an old Kobe video, and he's doing like a motivational speech or whatever, or Young Dolph. And I'm just using these as examples of recent ones. There's
Yeah.
literally thousands, unfortunately. And the common denominator is that the person that's speaking doesn't get to hear it. So what I'm telling people is reach out to people that you're grateful for, because what I told one person was type out whatever status you would type somebody if they died today. So like if God forbid one of us passes early, I'm grateful knowing that I expressed my gratitude for you while you were here, and the other people in this video series. I'm grateful that I expressed how I felt for them. So I know in my heart of hearts that they know how I felt about them, and it's not going to fall on like literally not going to fall on deaf ears. So
Yeah,
if you're watching
the
this,
proverbial flowers.
like if you're watching this, I encourage you to reach out to whoever means anything to you, someone you haven't talked to in a while, and just let them know like, hey, you're thinking about you. We know we haven't talked a while. You're doing good. I see what you're doing. To be seen is something that I think is getting lost as we digitize, and because you can text and you can talk on the phone, but being like you don't feel seen. Like hey, you're doing good, and even now
Right.
with COVID, now you can't see people in person. So this was my solution, and this is my doing, and what I want to present to people. Because I don't
Yeah.
claim to know. I don't claim to have all the answers, but what I can do very well, I can bring people together. I can make them laugh, and I can try to make them think in a different way. And this is what I want people to think. And that's
Yeah.
why this is my Christmas gift to myself. This is the only Christmas gift I want. This is the only one I'm probably gonna get,
Yeah.
and I'm,
Yeah.
I'm completely okay with that because
Yeah.
it's been rewarding. And I definitely appreciate you hopping on the call, man. I know
Yeah.
you had some scheduling issues, and I was wilding. I was
Yeah.
moving on. I was moving to traffic.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes, but the thing is, and before I say what I was going to say, to kind of go back to what you're saying, sometimes people feel like, they are connected to people. They feel like they see them just because they are following them on social media. Oh yeah, I just saw him the other day. Did you? Or did you just see him on, Instagram? You know what I mean? It's the presence factor a lot of times is missing. We feel like, just like you said, like a text or, something like that suffices. But getting that, if you can within reason, I'm not going to get into like vaccination and all that stuff. But if you're in a safe situation to do so, there's probably people that you haven't seen in a while. Go out to lunch. Go get a coffee or something. Just sit down with some of those people and be able to look them in the eye and
Facts.
just have a conversation. A lot of that. I know we can, FaceTime and Google Duo and Zoom meetings and, all of these other different things, but I don't care what anybody says, man. It's nothing like, sitting down and, looking somebody in their eye and talking to them. Like my lady and myself, she lives, 2 hours from here. And, there are things that'll come up that I will just flat tell her. I was like, we're not going to talk about this through text. We're not going to talk about it over the phone. So just whenever the next time you're here, I feel like it's just a conversation that we need to have, in person, looking each other in the eye. Like a lot gets lost even in this.
Oh yeah.
So just that, being able to look somebody in their eye, and if it's worth it to you, being able to hold their hand and really speak to them, it just hits different.
No,
Telling somebody I love you and I appreciate you, whether it be through here, whether it be through, text, and actually doing it in person.
It's
It's just
completely
it's
different.
different.
And like a lot of the communication and because I went to school for journalism, so like communication is the thing I wanted to do the most in life. And like a
Yeah,
lot of communication is of course nonverbal. So like
yeah,
you can see me right now and I'm presenting myself like I can like all right, he's good. And then
hmm
what I post what I was gonna say online, I forgot to post it. Like social, a lot of social media is there. It's people's highlight reels.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the ESPN not
yeah.
top 10. Like
hmm
people don't post those.
Yeah,
People
Shaqtin'
don't.
a fool.
Yeah, people don't post their first picture. You ever take a picture with
Right.
somebody? You took my picture before.
Oh
You
yeah,
took what?
yeah,
What do? You take a couple and you
yeah.
post
It's
it
usually
yourself.
second or third shot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the same thing with videos,
hmm
same thing with celebs, same thing with
hmm
endorsements. It's not just
hmm
you don't get the people. You don't get very rarely do people post. Every now and then, people will make a point to like, oh, this is
Yeah,
me. This is the real me. Like, no,
yeah,
people post their highlights, their highlight thoughts, their highlight
yep,
pictures, the videos
yep,
online. So,
yep.
face to face, video chat, you kind of
Kind of. Yeah,
kind of you kind
yeah.
of you can have notes and whatever bullet like I had bullet points and things I wanted to cover just so the conversation can flow a little bit better. But
hmm
it flows a little naturally when you're doing video chat, but even 10
Absolutely.
times that in person because
Oh yeah,
you can feel the person's energy if they're not in the right
yeah,
mind. You can
yeah.
see
That like
their
that
body
part.
their body is not right.
Yeah,
It's hard to do it in person. Like
yeah,
the people that do it in person are the real crazy people, and they're like
yeah,
sociopaths. That's the difference.
yeah,
That's a whole nother level. If
yeah,
you look in the motherfucker's eyes and be cold like that, then that you different.
yeah, yeah.
Me, I'm terrible lying in person.
I, I feel like I'm
I
one of
don't know
those
if you've
people. I'm
seen my
much better in
face in
person.
situations. You've probably seen
Yeah.
my face in situations
Oh
where
yeah.
something crazy,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
it's this that gives me away. I worked,
hmm
I used to work at the photo. I do a random tangent story. It's usually pretty funny every video,
hmm
but I used to work in the photo studio, right? And
hmm
I had this real crazy white family. Sorry, white people that might see this. I love y'all,
Well, yeah. I love y'all too.
but like the family, like they was nuts. Like there was
Yeah.
something wrong with them. Like one of the ladies, she was clearly going through some stuff, and that's fine. But they
hmm
brought all the daughters, the grandma and aunt, and they wanted to take Christmas pictures. So the one lady did not want to take pictures that day, and she was just like, it's okay to not want to take pictures, but she was like full on temper tantrum, pouting in the corner.
Grown woman.
Grown 40-year-old woman. It was like, yeah, Susan's not really feeling it today. I'm like, oh, how old is Susan? Oh, she's 36. There's a black family, like 30 of them that knew because I took their pictures before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were eating it up. They were just looking at me like, look at his face. Look. You know when black people are
I
like,
ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I would have been one of them.
look. She gave me one of them. I'm like, man, y'all leave me alone. Y'all leave me alone. Y'all knew they was gonna be like this.
Yeah.
But to my
Yeah.
point, it's harder to hide your nonverbal cues in person.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how tough you are. I
Yeah.
don't know who it is. Me, my face gives a lot of stuff away.
Mine too.
And I'm like
Mine too.
you get one of them, like Rodney's feeling some type of way.
What they call them? Micro expressions.
Oh yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. I'm terrible with them.
it,
I probably won't say anything. I'll probably just look at you, but you'll know.
I'm
You know what
like
I'm feeling.
if you especially if you hit a nerve or something like you. But
That's
bro,
definitely me.
I appreciate you hopping
Okay.
on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. Thank you for being part of my vision and yet another wacky project I got going on. But I think this one's gonna, if it touches somebody, I really think I did something. But it's definitely changed me for the better and definitely put me in
Yeah.
a better Christmas spirit.
Yeah. No. For for what you're trying to do, or what you are doing, I think is dope. I think specifically to being men of color and talking about things that have a level of emotion to them. Because we're always taught to be tough and rugged and not to express this and not express that, and one thing I hope that it does is, it gets, men of color, talking to each other and giving each other flowers. And, I was having a conversation earlier, rappers, just, after one just died, after, Young Dolph died, I think they said, Black Youngster was saying some stuff. And I was just kind of like, man, like, we got to be better than that. You don't got to like a guy, because I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people I don't care for. But still respect, and especially not to say that if you're not a person of color, you're not Black, I don't love you, but I have a like a extra love, like a special love for my people.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish that, we can humble ourselves, amongst each other and, start showing that love. How often do we walk down the street, as Black men, and we see another Black dude, and there's almost like a level of tension, and it's like, I don't even know you. Like, why does this even exist? You know what I mean? Like, why is it like that? Why does it feel like if you look at me the wrong way, we're gonna throw hands, or it's gonna be a problem? Like, I would love to see, us, again, especially Black men, we get to a place where we see another Black man in the street and it's, hey man, you good? Straight. And not that you good, but that, nah, you good? And yeah, I'm straight, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like even a couple of guys in my, apartment building, one guy on the first floor, I don't know what it was. It seemed like every time I saw him, he had a look for me. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. I don't have any beef with you. I don't want beef with you. I'm one of those people that I carry a weapon with me damn near everywhere I go. And I remember someone said something to me one time, and I was like, look, and this is going to sound crazy. I was like, I don't carry a weapon to use against my people. Like, that's not why I carry it. That's not why, that's not what I want. I think probably one of the worst feelings I will ever have in my life is if I had to use that against one of my own people. Because all I want us to do is to be able to love each other, be able to talk to each other, be able to support each other. And, like I said, society is much better than it has been, than anything that we've ever experienced. We can go talk to our grandparents and great grandparents, and they can tell us some stuff about society that, definitely trumps what we're going through now. I remember my grandma telling me a story, I want to say it's probably last year, about them running from some people, and having to, jump in a river, just try to, and she's not that old, I mean, my grandma's in her, upper 70s, you know what I mean? So, you think back, she's 20 years old when that happened, that's not that long ago.
Not anymore. It's 2020.
Yeah,
So you start thinking
yeah,
about it,
so
it's 70s,
that's,
60s, 70s.
yeah, it's now my great grandmother just passed, she was 98,
Mm.
so she really seen some stuff. But, to the point, I just want us to get to a place where, we're not, there's always going to be intra-racial violence. Like that's just a part of, I think that's just, that's always been, since the beginning of time. But, I would love to see that decrease, amongst our people. And I think having opportunities like this to sit and, look at, another man and be able to say, hey, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. You inspired me here, you inspired me there. Like that's how we, because I feel like, especially again in our community, we put too much, we put the onus on government to try to help fix things that ail our community, and that's just not where we need to look. I believe a lot of the things that ail our community could actually be fixed if we start right at the house, right at the crib. You're talking about being a dad. It starts there. It really starts there. So I think that's why I was so excited to have this opportunity to do this. Is hoping that it nudges somebody to be like, yeah, you know what, whatever that is with this dude or whatever the case may be, I just need to talk to him, just look him in the eye and just, just make peace with it and just let him know how I feel. I let him know, like, I feel like it's harder for us to speak on how we feel, to speak on what we're grateful for, especially when it comes to, saying we're grateful for other people. I feel like that's more difficult to do. I feel like it takes more strength to do that than the opposite. Like, I think it's easy to just be, mean mugging all the time. not want to express yourself, all of that. So I think this is a great step in that direction of helping our men be okay being vulnerable. Yes, I think that's a big part of. We don't like being vulnerable. We don't like sharing, our softer side for fear of it being weaponized at some point in time. And I get it. 'Cause trust me, I don't. I'm a big fan of DJ Khaled saying of don't ever play yourself. So I am mindful, not to play myself and make sure I'm talking to the right people. But we gotta do this more. I think it's important for our community.
Definitely, definitely. It's funny. I was driving home, and I got Sirius XM radio in my car, and Man in the Mirror came on, and one of the things I did this year is I took my mental health seriously. Like
Hmm.
I wanted to be able to be a better version of me, and B. I think I forgot the alphabet like that. It's been a long day. But on
And
B,
it's Monday.
I wanted to be able to express myself better and
Yeah.
just become more aware of the different things that I can do.
Hmm.
And I think having those conversations, it starts like you said at home, and to take it a step further, it starts with yourself.
Hmm.
You have to be willing to have these conversations with yourself, and you have to be willing to recognize that what you're doing is not working.
Right.
It's easy to say other people are wrong. It's hard. It's really hard to sometimes say that you're wrong, or
Hmm.
it's hard to say to look in the mirror and say, "Hey, I'm wrong. This isn't working. We need to do whatever it needs to be done." So whether it be therapy, whether it be talking, whether it be religion, whatever you got to do, if you got to do yoga and meditate, you need to find whatever you need to do for yourself because
Hmm.
it's always going to start with you. And if you're not right, you're not going to be able to help other people. And I've recognized kind of in my journey that as I like began to heal from different things that have happened to me in my life, I've been able to have a greater impact on people. And so I've had people like, man, oh man, you're always there for people. I'm like, well, I showed up for myself this year, and I showed out for myself this year, and now going forward, I know what that's like. And if I do that, and then I combine with my ability to do good for others, I can achieve even more.
Yeah. Well, they say, and I don't know where the saying comes from, but I remember hearing it years ago. The first step to recovery is admission.
Yep.
Nothing can start like it's not real until you say it. Somebody can say, you have a problem. Somebody says, oh, you got a drinking problem or you got a drug problem. Like I can say that to somebody all day, but it doesn't hit until that person says, wow, I have a drinking problem. Not hearing, Derek, you have this problem or that problem. It's not real until Derek says, I have this problem. So you're right. Like it does start, or, as Mike said, by looking at the man in the mirror, or the woman in the mirror and saying to yourself, yeah, that's on me. Like accountability is just it's so important. Like accountability and self-awareness is so important these days, especially if you want to find healing. So often we want to point the finger, at other people. I've been
It's
through some
easy.
things in
It's
my
easy
life.
to do that.
What's that?
I said it's easy. That's why people do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard when your mistakes. You're the author of your own mistakes,
Hmm.
and you can author your own mistakes over and over by not taking accountability for what you're doing. So
Yeah.
eventually, it's just like your analogy with the people that people that drink drugs. Jesus Christ, I need to go to bed. People that
I
do
think I'm
drugs.
here.
People that do drugs. No, this is my
Yeah.
bedtime if I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm
I'm like
like that close. Yeah.
if I'm not active, like I'm
Yeah.
not at work, so if I'm not active, I'm like, all right,
Yep.
I can be asleep.
Shut it down.
I can be
Yeah.
asleep.
That's why I always fall asleep watching Netflix. I'm like, man, like just I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep last. I was falling asleep watching Witcher last night. Got up, I was like, let me get my butt in bed. Went to use the bathroom, got a notification. Insecure. I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like I gotta watch Insecure tonight. It's the penultimate episode. It's the second to the last episode.
Oh man,
So I was able to stay up for that. But
I never got into Insecure.
great show.
When
Issa,
it ends, I might start at the beginning and go through it.
yeah, Issa does a great job. I know she I don't know if she started the phrase, but I know she coined the whole, I'm rooting for everybody black. Sometimes there are some black people we do not need to root for.
Yeah.
I am man enough to say that, but the overall premise of what she's saying always hit home. So yeah, I agree. Usually this time of night, I'm like,
I'm rooting for 95%.
we getting old, man.
Yeah, man. Sleep is amazing.
Yeah.
So let's
Copious
back
amounts of it,
this up.
yes.
Let's hold on. Let's back this up. And like it's nothing wrong with being old, but like the
No.
one thing you do when you get older is you value things more. You value time. You
Yeah.
value money. You value people.
Yeah.
Sleep is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Sleep resets your
Yes, it
brain.
is.
Allows your body to heal. Puts you
Yes.
in a completely different mindset. So
And
to
your
all my
body's fasting when you're sleeping, right?
you know what you're not doing when you're sleeping? You're not spending money either.
Or am I? Netflix, Hulu. But yes, point taken. Agreed.
You know what? Like we need to rewrite the narrative. I'm starting that today. We are rewriting the narrative of going to sleep early. Like, you know what?
Yes.
You're not going to sleep early. You are valuing sleep more.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I love a good nap. I love a good nap. Like, you remember when we was kids, man? We used to fight naps. Like I don't want to go to sleep.
Like naps and bedtime, man.
Yeah. Well, now, oh goodness, a good nap. And I'm one of those weird people, man. I can do like a 15 to 20-minute nap. Like I'm lucky that I can pull those off. Like I'm not a person that needs to go to sleep for hours on end. I can get a little 20-minute in, and I can pop right up, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm good. What's happening? And sleep. Yeah, sleep. If I can get me at least 6 hours, bro, I'm straight.
So just a few weeks ago, I went out with my friends from I forgot. I don't know what we were going out for, but I went out with them, and they were in Columbia, and I drove up there after work. Now I get off work 9. I got off work 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm about to say you at the restaurant. Ooh.
Yeah. So I had me an espresso and a Red Bull, and I drove.
Yeah.
I got there around 11:30. And
Ready
they said,
to sleep.
hey, we just leaving the stadium. I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna see Rod. We're gonna be out in a little bit. I said, word. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't care what happens. They're gonna have to get me. I'm gonna take this nap.
Yeah. No, it's and again, like sometimes that's all you need, man. Like everybody's saying, oh, you can't sleep, you gotta work. And I'm like, bro, you better get you 8 hours of sleep and quit playing around, bro.
Yeah, you know that Crunk Dead video after that 15 minutes?
Yeah. Boop. Rolling. Ready to go.
All right, we good. We back in action.
That's one thing I do like about the working remote, work from home. My workstation's in my room, so I could just turn that camera off real quick, hop in the bed, give me a little. I had to do it today, I just felt like my mind just wasn't quite, focused. I felt a little off, and I was like, man, let me lay down for a second. Lay down for about 15, 20 minutes, hopped up, and I got right to it. So, I for the folks that have to go into work, man, get you one of them little sunshades that you put up in your windshield, back into the parking spot, just put that up, and just get you a little 15, 20. Good to go.
I've been late to work a few times. I don't care who sees this. I'm like, you know what? I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes.
I need a little extra.
I'm like,
I think that's a big part of mental health. Like for me, what happens when I get into that space, like I start getting frustrated, I kind of get beside myself, and sometimes, just being able to just stop for a second, breathe, let your mind rest for a little bit. It goes a long way. Like I don't, you don't need much, but I feel like what happens a lot nowadays, especially in American culture, is we're taught to, work through it. And then when we get done working, we go get a drink or we go smoke some weed or whatever the case may be. Like, I feel like sometimes, man, just whenever stuff gets crazy, just stop for a second, just chill, just be still for 10 minutes and just breathe. And I think too, the topic of this whole thing of gratitude, I know what normally helps me is that whenever stuff's kind of going sideways, just being able to stop and just think about all of the things that I am blessed with, the people that are blessed me in my life. And, I, I can truly say that I have really been blessed. Like this year has been a really good year for me. Last year was a good year for me. Just being able to stop and just being able to say, all things considered, I'm good. All things considered. And usually for me that, that just takes like a little 10, 15 minutes, just kind of sit still for a second and just reflect on that. Really, I don't know if it'll work for anybody else, but I know for me, that's
it's scientific. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna link some resources in the video, and it's backed by science. Like this
yeah,
is actual thing of expressing gratitude and being grateful for what you do have. Now,
yeah,
granted, disclaimer: anybody who's watching this, if you're going through an extreme traumatic experience, allow yourself the space to go through that, and then
yes,
revisit this.
yes, absolutely,
So
absolutely, absolutely. I
appreciate you,
think,
bro.
yeah,
Go ahead. I'm gonna
yeah.
let you close it
No,
out.
I was gonna say, I think I was reading, I think it was Don Miguel Reeves. I don't know if it was it the agreements book? Like I can't remember where it was, but he was saying that your emotions, you know, are one of the most authentic things around. Like whatever you feel, whether even if you jump to a conclusion and you're wrong, like that emotion, that feeling that you felt, like that's real. Like it's valid. It might not be right. Like you find out your girl's been, she was out at lunch and she didn't tell you who she was with, so you thought she was with a dude. Having that emotion of jealousy or whatever the case may be, like that's real, that's authentic. It might not be right because she was probably at lunch by herself, but allow yourself, just like you said, allow yourself to feel. Like I feel like far too often people want to repress emotions. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to get into your emotions. I was telling my lady I listened to the new Adele album. I never listened to an Adele album before in my life, but just hearing about everybody talking about it and the level of emotion, that came from listening to her talk about, her failed, marriage and relationship, like it was refreshing. But like having gone through that myself, it brought out a level of emotion. And she was saying, I don't really like listening to music like that because it's too emotional. But I was like, but babe, you got to live in that emotion sometimes. Like you really got to take that band-aid off and just let that thing air out. Like you just got to just let it out, feel it, be one with it, and come to grips with it, and then work out whatever needs to be done from there. But just like you said, man, if you're going through something, you got to yell, you got to scream, you got to throw something. Just don't throw it at somebody. Yes, feel it. Allow that emotion to run through you. Because trust me, it's a much more, in my experience, it's almost cathartic to be able to feel that. And usually when I'm done, and even if I ugly cry and I got snot running down my mustache and all that, I usually, that headache, sometimes I need a nap, but I usually feel better after just letting all that out. So yes, I agree 100%, man. If you're feeling something, just let it out, man. Don't worry about getting a drink. Don't worry about smoking weed. Don't. In my advice, don't do any of that. Just feel. Just let it flow, and then address it. Don't repress it by self-medicating and drinking. Feel it.
You heard it here first, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thankful for you coming on, man. Have a good Christmas, man. If I don't talk to you again, have a happy New Year as well. And
Yeah.
we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Just last thing, just love you, man. So proud of you. Watching you, for me, just knowing you as a photographer, and for that moment, the angry photographer, the big angry photographer, to learning about, the chef, and the son, and the coworker, like all of those things, man. Like I root so hard for you. I'm always proud of you. Whether you're making jerky or you teach me about carbonara, like whatever it is, man, like you have been a a big inspiration in my life as well. Just seeing, a young Black man, self-taught cook, just out here stealing people's girls by flicking the wrist. It's just, or drying out some jerky. Whatever the case may be. It's just, I admire everything you're doing. I love it. I enjoy watching it. I'm just glad that I can say that I know you. I talk about you all the damn time. To anybody that'll listen. So just please, man, just keep doing your thing. Hopefully the Lord continues to bless you. And one day, one day I'm visiting, your own restaurant or whatever the heck it is you got planned. But just know I always got your back. Always here for you. Whatever you need, holla. If I can't, I'll try to figure it out. And if I can, I'm on it.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Have a good night. All right, I tell the same joke all the time. The Zoom recording in progress voice is really creepy, and I do not like it. And I hope somebody from Zoom does something different going forward. All right, but this is 25 Days of Gratitude, and I have another good friend on the line. This is Haley, aka Doc, aka Captain Juice. Another one of my good friends from my good old Carolina days. And I met Haley at USC, probably at some function, and in the midst of me being a rather ratchet young man. But
I think it was Asia's birthday.
It might have been Asia's birthday in University Oaks.
Yep.
It sounds really right. So we're going to put it there. And something I've always admired about Haley is that she's a really, really, like, you have a warm personality and you have a warmth to you that draws people in, and it draws the purities to people in. It's like you have the type of personality to where, like, I have a personality to where I'm kind of abrasive. So people are mean to me, so like kind of like you could throw insults at me, and I could catch them and throw them back. Like I would not want to do that to you. You're one of the people. All right, I can't be mean to Haley because that's like, all right, like it's probably something I did to deserve if she's mean to me. So you're one of those type of people to me. You've always been really kind-hearted. You're really smart, and you're goal-driven, and you've achieved many things in life, and you've achieved things in a manner that's. It's kind of like you set a goal and you achieve it. You set a goal and you achieve it. And even being able to pivot from one kind of goal in industry and go straight forward into another one is something I really admire because we all know my educational kind of journey and the struggle that it was. So seeing somebody else set different goals and achieve them is always something I can appreciate. And you being so open to sharing that with us. Amongst your friends is something I've always appreciated. You're also a really brave person. I think it's the first time I've said brave because I'm growing up. I was a closed off person and kind of not expressing my emotions and whatnot. And you were one of the first people in my adult relationships and friendships that kind of freely expressed themselves and felt doing so that you were comfortable in doing that. And at times I haven't been able to fully express myself, and maybe either insecurities or just the male ego and the want to be strong kind of mentality. So definitely your willingness to express how you're feeling in the moments, and regardless of what people are going to think, it's something that's admirable. And of course, you're an ally. I am a Black guy, and it's definitely allyship in action is always something you've done, and I always feel like you're a safe space for me to express how I'm feeling when different events happen in the world, and it's always good to have. I can't really explain in the words what that means to me, and the type of impact that you've had on me, and that's.
You make me cry, Rodney.
Please, I mean, I have sunglasses. The reason why I have sunglasses on because I'm a planner. So I know if I cry, nobody's going to know I cried. I promised myself I would never willingly record myself crying on the internet to post.
Willingly. Yeah.
I mean, no offense if somebody sees this and you've recorded yourself crying and then post it. That's you. Me personally, I can't willingly record myself. Like I'd have to cut your video out. Like I don't want to.
I feel you. I
don't want to cut anybody's video out. So in every video you are going to see is going to be me in these sunglasses or another pair of sunglasses, just in case. I have not cried yet. We're going strong. We're at six. We're gonna be at 16 videos soon. I
No
don't know
tears
what.
have been shed.
No tears.
At least not that you'll see.
If I cry, nobody will ever know. If I get choked up, nobody will ever know. If my eyes get a little misty, nobody will ever know because I'm not taking these off.
Hmm.
And because no, I'm not. I'm not willingly recording myself crying on the internet. I just can't go. I'll be sad on the internet. I'll post sad things. I'll allow myself to feel, but crying specifically on the internet is just like this. I don't know how I'm gonna make. No, I can't.
It becomes a meme, honestly.
You like you lose a little bit, and like people still feel bad for you, but it's not like all right, like people feel bad for me, but like all right, come on, Rod, really?
Like if I was crying on the internet, well, I wouldn't cry on the internet, but if I was sad and I needed to express that, I would just use the cat that's crying with tears in its eyes.
Like I would not willingly record myself crying. I'm sorry that was a long tangent, but
Okay.
getting back on track. I'm extremely grateful for you to be in the presence in my life. Like I've told many people, I don't know if you guys know, the impact that you have had on my life has propelled me forward to where I am now. So the writing that you see today does not exist without you guys and without you.
I appreciate that, Rodney. It means a lot. It really does.
You're welcome. It's definitely something I wanted to do, and I wanted to sing all my friends' praises while they're still around. And God forbid something happened to any of us. I just want you guys to know that I want myself to be able to refer back to this when I'm having my own tough times, and
Yep.
it's definitely been a rewarding experience.
Yeah. And gratitude is something that you like, it's a practice. Like you have to continually do it. Like it's great to do it one day, but I mean, you can't be perfect and do it all the time, but it's something where like you have to constantly be reminding yourself, okay, I'm going to choose to like think about the things that are good in my life. Like everybody has struggles and everybody has things that we're like, I do not want to deal with this, but there are good things in life and it's important to remember them. So
that's a great point. Setting a routine of practicing gratitude and doing it on a frequent basis is really a key, and kind of my mental health and the growth I've done. I've started setting time aside to meditate, practice gratitude, positive affirmations, and writing things down, reminding myself. And so even so, the days I don't feel like doing it, I have something either physical or something I can watch now that'll remind me that even when my thoughts, one of the videos I did, we talked about how your mind can be one of your worst enemies.
Yes.
And so like one of the days when my mind is whooping my ass and I'm just losing the battle, I can always refer back and have either this video, I have written videos of gratitude, and I know in my heart of hearts, even though my brain may say differently on the day, even though my spirit may not be aligned with, it may not be feeling it that day, I can always read and feel comfort knowing that I have a lot more support than maybe I want to believe.
Yeah. Well, you just inspired me to do something more like that, because with school, like I've been struggling lately with feeling like first it was I was gonna fail out, and then I like didn't fail out. So I was like, okay, now what's the next thing I can worry about? And it's like, am I gonna be a good provider? Like, am I gonna be able to take care of patients and be confident and like not harm them and actually help heal them? And so I've just been worrying about that all the time. And I'm like, I need to remember like how badly a year ago I wanted to be here. And now I'm actually here. And I'm like, not even like realizing how crazy that is. So yeah, you're inspiring me to kind of be more present and like grateful for what's actually happened.
That definitely, you've definitely set a lot of goals and a lot of kind of standards you set for yourself, and I know that because you've put your mind to it, you're going to be a great provider and you're going to be great at what you do. And being present was a really another excellent point, and it just kind of keeps the anxiety away.
Yeah.
Because when you think about the future, you think about all the future is an infinite amount of possibilities.
Yeah. And
with those infinite amount of possibilities, you don't know which one is going to happen. If you're religious, you don't know what God's going to do. If you're more spiritual, you don't know what the universe is going to give to you. Yeah. So the only thing you can do is stay in the moment and the time that you do have right now. Because the future's not promised for anybody.
No.
So, and no matter what you do, no matter how much control you think you have, the universe proves you wrong. It's proved me wrong several times.
Me
So
too.
I try to tell people, it's like I stay in the present at all time. I show up for today, be the best writer that I can, and then I take tomorrow. I still have I guess my 2 to 5 year plan. That COVID is shred to absolute ribbons. But I still have my 2 to 5 year plan. I still have my goals in mind, but they are just goals. They are not set in stone. They are more pliable than people think. So staying present is definitely something I try to do as much as possible.
Yep. Can I share something that I'm grateful for with you?
Of course, of course.
Let me flip it up on you. So I remember being from Philly and then going to school in South Carolina and then moving out of South Carolina when I finished school. It's been hard because I made this great group of friends, but I can barely see anybody because I'm not in the same place. So anytime I come back, it's like, how can I figure out how to see as many people as possible? And then as people have moved away and moved to different places and are doing different things in their lives, it's harder to see people. So I remember I think I was in Myrtle Beach with Asia for Labor Day weekend. I had a long weekend and I came down and I said if anybody was around that I wanted to see them. And you actually came. You drove from Myrtle Beach. You drove from Charleston to Myrtle Beach to come hang out with Asia and I. And that meant a lot to me because it was like, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to see you. So I appreciated that.
No problem. One thing I try to do is be present for my friends. I know I've developed a bad habit of working a lot. I am working on that, guys. But I know that
you need more sleep.
I do need more sleep. But I do know that as we get older, it gets harder to make time.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing we have less of every day. So when you did say you were coming down, I'm like, all right, I gotta like Myrtle Beach is not a far drive at all. So I'm like, I gotta go see my homies. I hadn't seen you in Asia for a while at that point, and I'm like, yeah, if I'm able, like I say a lot of times, if I'm able to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I was able to do it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go see them. Like, what? Like, is that a question? If like I'm there.
Yeah, but that means a lot to me because some people want to see people and they're like, oh, they're here. I wish I could see them, but you actually went the extra mile, and I really appreciated that. And then on another note, the other day, I think last night I was talking to my boyfriend about food or something, like what I wanted to eat, and he's like, you know what I want to eat? He's like, I need Rodney to cook me something because I always show him your food pictures and your videos, and he's like, I need to try this. Yeah. I was like one day we'll make it down there.
Hey, one day I'm gonna have to come make the trip to Pennsylvania and see you guys. Yeah. Definitely always willing to throw down for the friends. I know my friends don't like me cooking when I'm not working, and people see cooking as like a labor, and I don't view it as a labor. It's something that I like to do, and it's not to toot my own horn. It's fairly easy for me. So like the amount of effort and energy a normal person would go through, for me, it's maybe an hour of just about anything, and I can make something really delicious. So definitely, it's anybody watching this is not a hard task for me to cook for my family. It's because working in the restaurant industry, it's really draining. It's really mundane and it's kind of repetitive. So when I can break that mold, and it's not just breaking the mold, it's breaking bad habits I've developed, re-inspiring myself. So cooking for friends fulfills a different part of me that I don't think people will ever understand. Because you cook at work and now you got to cook for it. No, it's different. I promise you, it's different for me cooking for friends and family than me cooking for work. For people that are, because people come to me to celebrate things, whether it be a long day, birthday celebrations, graduations. So they're coming to take. When I cook for friends and family, it's a give and take relationship. It's like, oh, I'm giving the guys food, and you guys are giving me feedback, appreciation, and gratitude for that, and it's a lot different.
Yeah, it's a labor of love to cook for people. Like it's a way of showing appreciation, and I don't know. There's just something like if food brings people together.
Yep,
So.
it does. And that's part of the reason why I do what I do. I like bringing people together for good times,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be good ratchet times back in the day or.
Oh my gosh, was it live in the?
We're not talking about.
We're not talking about it. Okay, well,
just in case.
A long time ago, for those watching.
I don't know what she's talking about, guys.
Rod needs Rod needs recipes also.
Live in 805. Live in 805.
Live in the 805. Yeah, the jungle juice, man.
Oh, shout out to Copper Beach.
Good time.
It was a good time. This was a good time. Thank you for hopping on.
Of course, Rodney.
Keep taking time out of your day to follow up my shenanigans. I know a lot of my ideas be really random, so I'm glad this one works. This one's working out. I think it's going to be a really good final product.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
All right,
have a good rest of your day. Have a good Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, and hopefully before too long we'll all be together again. That would be great to see everybody in one place.
Definitely, we're gonna.
I'm always the odd one out because I'm so far away. But
I mean, I'm also the odd one out because like anytime something's playing, like I gotta work.
Yeah, what's Rodney doing? Working.
Rodney's somewhere cooking and being a dad.
Yeah.
We'll work something out next year, and hopefully we can all get together.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
You as well. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. The Zoom record in progress voice is really creepy. I want them to change that expeditiously. But enough of that. We have two lovely individuals in front of me during my 25 days of gratitude. We have Victor and Rachel Forrest. Love to be able to say that. Two individuals, just like many of them that I've done and chronicled. I met them at University of South Carolina, and I'm going to start with Vic first because I met Vic first, and then we're going to go save the best for last and go to Rachel. I met Vic at Bates' house, probably shirtless, and probably really, really turned. But even in the midst of all of that, his kind of personality always stood out as someone that was really loyal, someone that was understanding and really kind of pragmatic and intelligent at all times. And that's something I really, really always admired about Vic. He's also the type of person that he can literally talk to anybody about anything. And he's always been a really good listener. He's done a lot more listening than talking. At least with me being around him, and that's something that's a trait that I admire because I am a talker. I have the gift of gab, and listening is not always one of my strong suits. So to see somebody that I definitely connect with and that I definitely vibe with do that so well, it's something that I've always admired about him. Can't front. He's an amazing husband. He's a really good friend, and I'm proud that all the progress he's made this far in life. And whether you know it or not, you've really had a profound effect on me. And where I am right now is kind of a collaboration of many different people, and it's definitely not something I could have done on my own. Like I don't get to where I am in life without you guys. So if I've never said it before, I'm definitely grateful for you, Vic. We're going to move on to Rachel shortly. And so I met Rachel the year after I met Victor. And the one thing I've always noticed about Rachel is she has an energy and a light to her. And like when Rachel, if Rachel walks into the room, it gets a little bit brighter. And the energy changes just a little bit, or vice versa. When you walk into a room with Rachel in it already, it feels warm and it feels comforting and it feels really safe. Never been a judgmental person, at least not to me. All my clothes fit, so I never had to worry about it. But you've definitely always been one of the kindest persons I've ever met. Somebody I can always count on to be friendly, to be warm and comforting no matter what's going on in the day. If I know if I'm seeing Rachel that day, it's going to be a good day. And it's always a good day when I see you. Hostess with the mostest, from many, many fun nights. Just everything all together. You've always been a really kind and radiant person. And I'm definitely grateful for that from you, for just one being that, having that energy and expressing that energy to people around you. I know me and countless others benefit from it. You go through the whole day fighting the whole world, and then you hang with the homies, and Rachel's there, and it's like you can exhale, and you know it's going to at least the time you're with you guys, you know it's always going to be all right. So Rachel, from the bottom of my heart, I definitely appreciate you. I'm proud of everything you've accomplished. I'm proud of you guys as a union. You guys are definitely, if not my favorite couple, one of my favorite couples. I'm so glad I was able to participate with you guys' wedding ceremonies. So glad I was able to participate. Feeding you guys, and definitely grateful to see how you guys continue to evolve going forward.
Wow, Rodney, thank you. This has really made my night. This is so sweet. This is such a thoughtful gesture. We appreciate you.
Yeah, right. I know you're giving us our flowers and everything, but you deserve everything positive that you get, you deserve, man. You're a young legend in the making. You just got a lot of creativity, a lot of drive, and one of the things I always admired about you from the get-go was how comfortable you were in your own skin, even if you weren't even as comfortable as I assumed that you were. Like, you just always were yourself, and that I always admire that, because it made me want to be like, like, it doesn't matter what people think. Like, when you're yourself, you're your own, you're at peace, like, it doesn't matter. Like, and you always drive that point home. You're always you to the fullest of your ability, and you're always trying, no matter what. You're trying to progress. You're doing whatever you want to do. You're working until you need that rest, till you sit down, and then you back working again. I always admired that, man, and I love to see you keep progressing like this. I love to see all of us progressing together as a family, and I really appreciate your kind words tonight, for real, for real.
Really though, Rod, I'm so proud of you. You have overcome so much. Your resiliency is incredible, and it's admirable. And I just appreciate how giving you are. Anytime you call Rodney, you know he's going to come through. And it's hard to find people like that. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you've done for us over the years, how hospitable you are,
always,
how great you cook,
yeah,
how funny you are.
Young.
There's the jerk trend going on right now, and every time I see a video, I think about the Rachel jerk and how I still cannot jerk. And you gave me that title.
No, I completely forgot about the Rachel jerk. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we had some good times, and we're still going to continue to have good times. So I'm so proud of you. I think this is a fantastic idea, and I hope it comes out the way you want it to.
Thank you. First off, thank you. Thank God for you guys. Really appreciate all the kind words. And yeah, part of the thing I wanted to do is spread some positivity, especially in the time of just so many different people going through so many different things. And the point I really wanted to drive home was giving people their flowers while they're still able to hear and receive them. So, because God forbid anything happens to anybody I know that's close to me, I wouldn't want the last thing for me to say to them to be after their time on this earth is gone. So definitely thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you guys for being hospitable as well. Thank you for the Rachel jerk. Always appreciate you, man. I didn't grow up with any brothers, but I got one in you. And
for sure, always.
We're going to continue to hold each other down as long as possible.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
I appreciate it, man. We really appreciate it. We love you, and we really appreciate this. And everyone, just share gratitude, share love. It'll make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place, man. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Couldn't have said it any better, guys. Well, I'm going to let you guys have a good rest of your evening. Take care. If I don't talk to you again, Merry Christmas. happy holidays, and I'll probably be seeing you soon.
For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure, for
For
sure.
sure.
See you later,
All right,
Rod.
Rod.
Take
Good
care,
night.
guys. Y'all have a good
Bye.
night.
You too.
Which I don't feel like I get.
What's up?
Which I don't. No, I was just gonna say I feel like I don't get my credit from the dreadlock community as being a retired veteran.
Same joke I normally do. The Zoom recorder progress voice is really creepy. But got my man X here, aka Guadalajara, aka the OG Dreadhead. One of my closest friends, of course. I met X when I was at Carolina many, many moons ago. And one of the things I noticed about X is that even as a younger cat, X is real quiet and real poised a lot of the time. And he was a real person that thought about his actions before he actually did it. And as someone that acted more often way before I thought about it, that was something that was a lot different than me, and that I've over the years I've kind of incorporated in my life. And X has been one of the loyalest, most down to earth friends that I know. And X is one of the few people that pushes back against my personality. So when I do have a bad idea or something isn't probably the best of things of me to do, X will probably still go along with it, but it'll be some modifications along the way. And I'd like to say that pushback has saved me quite some time, and it's really made me think that one, it's combated the narcissism in my ego, and it's made me really think about my actions a little bit more than I normally would. So I definitely thank you for that too. He's one of the most humble people I know. One of the most intelligent, one of the most resilient as well. I know you've gone through your own trials and tribulations as well, and you've overcome. You started new careers, new paths, even new businesses now. So, dog, I'm definitely proud of you. Thankful for having you on at such a last moment. I know this has been kind of jumbled trying to get it all together, but it's really resonating for me. And I'm definitely glad I'm able to sing your graces while you're able to listen to them.
I was gonna say, man, first let me say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honestly, Rodney, the feeling is mutual. Granted, slightly different, I guess, since personality-wise we're a little different, but I can say, I know this is, you expressing your gratitude, but give me the chance to do the same thing, man. One of the best friends I could ever ask for. Like I could not ask for a better friend, man. I can say I appreciate you more than I'm able to express. A lot of times I don't, always express how I'm feeling, but yeah, I don't know anybody with a better heart than you, man. And on top of having, the heart that you have, I've always admired the same thing that you just spoke to, your willingness to just go do stuff, go try stuff. Like you don't know how much that's inspired me to get out of my comfort zone and, go do some stuff that I never thought I would do, or some things that, I never necessarily thought myself capable of doing, but, with the right push and the right support from the right people, man, it's I can't even put it into words, man.
No, you haven't been the only person that said that, and something that I've been proud of you as well is just your willingness to try things as well. And I've interviewed other people and talked to them, and one of the common denominators is that seeing other people try and succeed or fail and try again has been beneficial just to the community. And I'm noticing that that community is it's mutual. It's 50-50 in a lot of situations. So me doing something and trying and either succeeding or failing is going to inspire somebody else to do the same. And I know I'm somewhat of an open book at times, not always. And some of my ideas really take off. Some of them don't take off. But if you're watching this and you can be inspired to do something different, go ahead and do it. My man X is out here doing it and killing it. I'm proud of my dog. One of the best friends, like you said, one of the best friends I could ask for. Like I told Vic, I didn't have any brothers, but I definitely got y'all, and I'm definitely grateful to have y'all forever.
Oh, 100%. And I gotta hijack this thing for a second because I gotta tell a couple of Rodney stories, man. Look, this dude Rodney is such a good friend, man. I remember This man came and got me when I didn't have a car. Would come and get me from Charleston just to party, just to go to a party, just to hang out, man. Like, and take me back home. I don't know how many people do things like that. Driving from Charleston to Columbia, taking that would normally be a 2-hour drive for most people in about an hour and 15 minutes probably. But I'm just saying, like you can't make this stuff up. And I think of a story. There are a few things that I always think about when I think about Rodney. One, there's a story that we actually talked about the other day. We don't have to say but a name, Flanders. Like, what does Flanders? When I hear Flanders, what do I think about? I'm not talking about The Simpsons. I remember, a time where, none of us, we barely had any money in our pocket, man, and just coming together and whatever I had, he had, whatever he had, I had, and this is somebody who I'll tell you right now, if I had $100, I give Rodney 99 of them. So I'll keep the one, cause shit.
You gotta get him a chicken out of the deal, man. But definitely, it's feelings mutual. If I got it, you got it. And I'm gonna tell 2 stories. The time my car got, my car I was hit by a drunk driver, and then B, my car got towed away. And this man X literally gave me. We were in college, so you know how college goes. We barely had any money at all. And when X gave me the last money he had in his pocket, just to get my car out of impound was definitely, it meant the world to me, because at that point my mom didn't have any more money to send me, no more family. I had exhausted my other options, and it was either no car or ask the people that was around me. I'm thankful you were around to help me out. And to tell the full Flanders story really quickly, Walmart has this terrible brand of burgers called Flanders. This is exaggerating. It's like 100 of them in the box for like $4. And it was me, X, a couple of other people, and we somehow made it to Walmart. And X and Vic had cheese. I bought some terrible bread. Like, the bread was so bad, it was just named white. And that's how bad the bread was. It was just white. Couldn't spread ketchup and mustard on it because it would tear the bread apart. But we made it work. We all came together on a little old George Foreman grill, and literally it was one of the first times, not one of the first times, but one of the first times I really cooked for all my friends. And we absolutely made it work. We made some average burgers taste delicious, just because all we had was our friendship and our wits about us. But definitely that's one of the memories I definitely tell myself when times are tough. I'm like, man, I've been down before. But I'm not Flanders down, but I've been down.
No, and the thing is, you always come back, stronger and better than before, man. Like, I can say, your personal growth and maturation is. I'm getting a little bit choked up, man, thinking about it. But you can probably hear it in my voice. But
you don't know this, but like, I've done 17 of these so far, and normally I wear sunglasses for that exact reason. Because I'm not going to be caught on the internet crying. And I would normally have the sunglasses on, so if I did tear up, nobody would know. I left my sunglasses at work, of course, and didn't have a chance to go get them before this. But one last story before I let you go. I think the most impact you've ever had on my life was when I was out of school and I was working a really terrible, terrible, terrible job. Like, I was at the call center, like, selling insurance. And I don't know why you called or if I called you or what was the reason, but it was just one of those days where I was fed up with a terrible job, fed up with life, going back to my mama's house. And you said, like, if you could work this hard at this terrible job, imagine what you could do at something you really love. And at every crossroad that I come to now, in terms of either the job I'm doing now, going back to school 2 times, assignments, I mentally refer back to that, and I have that literally right here if I need a little bit of a boost. And that has, honestly, I say this to everybody, without you guys, I don't get to where I am. And I know like that self-made title is something coveted, and it's something I used to chase, but it's really a fallacy and it's a lie because I don't get where I am right now without you guys. So with that said, I love you, bro. Have a good rest of your day. I'll probably talk to you again before Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and we'll definitely get back up soon.
Oh, sure thing, man. Appreciate you. Love you too, man.
Man.
Like I said, I wouldn't. Like I said, I need y'all more than I express sometimes, man. So have a good one. I knew I was gonna get got. I knew I was gonna get got, man. I knew I was gonna get got.
It's all right, bro. It's all good. All love, man. Take care.
Oh yeah. Have a good one, man.
Thank you. All right, the joke is always the same. I make fun of the Zoom recording in progress voice. It's really creepy, and it's really scary. It's giving me nightmares at this point.
I agree.
But this is me again, guys, doing 25 Days of Gratitude. Another lovely person, someone that I hold near and dear to my heart. We have Taylor Joyner, aka a lot of different nicknames by now. My favorite one is probably Tayonce. Tayonce is one of the best ones. I met Taylor how I meet a lot of people. I met her at Carolina, and Taylor always had a spirit and a energy about her that was kind of infectious, and it makes you glad that she was one of your friends. And like when you saw Taylor, it's instantly a mood lifter, and it was something I always admired because it was natural. It wasn't forced. It wasn't because she was trying to be impressive or be somebody else. It was just truly her spirit. It was something that I always gravitated to, and she was always so kind to me. And the reason I really wanted to get Taylor on the project is because I met her at a really tough point in my life, and kind of her spirit kind of kept me afloat, and it was a really, really, really touching part of my life. I don't think she knows this, but it was a really transitional part of my life. I was finding myself, trying to find my career path and what I wanted to do with my life. I was getting a little older, a little midlife, well, quarter life crisis. God, please don't let that be a midlife crisis. A little bit of a quarter life crisis, a little existential crisis, and whether she knew it or not, she played an important role in kind of keeping me grounded and keeping me in good spirits at all times. And it's definitely something I've always admired her and always been appreciative about her because I say this to a lot of people. I don't get to where I am without you guys. I don't do none of the things I've done without you guys. I can't have the impact that I want to have without you guys. So I definitely want to sing you guys' praises and say thank you and show my gratitude for you guys. And also being another cat person that's black. Yes, yes. It's like five of us in the world. Like yes. All jokes aside, I'm so thankful for you. I'm so glad you entered my life. I'm so proud of all the things that you've done from your growth on your end professionally. Don't you do that. So proud of your growth professionally. Just you as a person. You still have that bright, bubbly spirit about you. Even now, hundreds of miles away, I can still feel the warmth and the love. And I always say the only thing I really need in life is love and appreciation from my friends. And if I got that, I can get through most things I want in life. All right, I'm gonna tell a funny story so
Okay.
we can redirect the conversation. It was St. Patrick's Day, and we were having fun at Five Points, and I drove, and somebody kind of lost the car. I don't know how it happened, but one of us lost the car, and we couldn't find the car for a long time. And the funny thing about this story is that even with us just spending that time together, it was really, really a really good time because, like I said, it was just a really tough time, and you entered in my life in a time where kind of go in a couple of different directions, and you, along with a lot of other people, help keep me grounded, help keep me focused, and help keep me moving forward. And normally in these videos, I was wearing sunglasses. So if I do cry, nobody will know. I have not cried yet. I have had a few people cry, but personal rule of mine, I will not willingly record myself crying on the internet.
That's fair.
I feel like that's really fair. People that I'm sorry if you're watching this and you've done that before. I don't know what you're going through. I hope you're okay, but it's just as soon as if I do cry, and I'm like, all right, this got to close. I got to turn the phone off. I got to do something else. But yeah, I'm definitely grateful for you, and I'm glad you were able to hop on and do your Zoom setup on your day off or your vacation time. That's much appreciated. The Zoom life is new to me because I cook for a living and it's different, but it's been fun and rewarding so far.
Definitely. And if I can chime in and I guess explain why I'm crying. I am very emotional, but lately things have been really sensitive for myself because I guess it's different. Everyone looks at different people and they think so highly of other people, but maybe, and I don't think highly of myself most of the time. And I'm always reminded sometimes by people around me that I should think that way, and it's not that easy. So hearing that just my spirit, my outward spirit, although it may not always be positive internally, is impactful for other people. And I don't know, that just makes me happy, makes me feel like I have a purpose as well. So it makes me motivated to keep it up.
Definitely keep it up. You're doing a good job. If no one else has told you that, you're doing a great job. I know other people around you feel the same way. I've said this a few different times to a few different people, even though people may not express it, because it is hard for a lot of people to do that, and it does take a certain level of commitment, emotional intelligence, and just willingness to do it. So there are other people around you that feel the same way, and they may not be able to express it all the time, but they definitely feel it, and whether they know it or not, too. They definitely feel it because if you were to remove yourself from their lives, their lives would be different.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate for that to be the somewhat way for some people to know, but it is what it is sometimes. But thankfully, I got to have you on and talk your head off for a little bit. I wanted to be this me talking people's praises more. Cece!
She's here. She just ate, so she's busy, but say hi, Cece. Stop licking me. Say hi to Rodney. Oh, you can't hear him, but he's there. Okay, hold on.
Oh, that made my day.
Yay. Who's that?
But yeah, I wanted to be me, more singing my friends' praises, my family's praises, former coworkers, teachers' praises, versus me just feeling my ego on the day, and we're not going to do that. At least not today.
Okay. I appreciate you, Rodney. I'm sure you probably get this a lot often, especially in response to what you just said, but I appreciate you, and even just again how far away we are and how long it's been since we've really seen each other face to face. I feel like that time doesn't make a difference. And again, I really appreciate you and every no more crying.
No more crying. No more crying. Only cat butts.
Yes.
But thank you, Taylor. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and if I don't talk to you again before New Year's, Happy New Year too. And yeah, no more crying. We're going to teach you how to fry chicken too.
I'm excited.
We're going to teach
Take
you
a
how to fry
last look
chicken.
at my apartment before it burns down.
Not on my watch. I got you back.
Okay.
All right. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. All right. The Zoom recording in progress voice is really creepy.
It is.
I wish they would do something about it. I'm having nightmares at this point. But this is another 25 days of gratitude, and of course, another lovely friend. Got Gabby on the line, aka Bertha, aka Penny D.
Not all the names going back 10 years plus.
That says it right there. 10 years. Met Gabby at Carolina, and we've grown up and evolved quite a bit. But some things I've always admired about Gabby Gabby's always been really down to earth, and she's always had a real calm spirit about her, and a calm, cool, and collected demeanor at all times. She's always been super soft spoken, and something is a real peaceful energy that she gives off at all times. So anytime I knew I was going to hang out with Gabby, it was going to be a very calming experience. And growing up as hyper masculine, hyper aggressive African American male, it was definitely something I needed in my life that I didn't know I needed, and it was definitely contribute to kind of my evolution. And I don't know if you know that, but you've definitely had quite the impact upon my life. It's just everything you've achieved. You're really big on family. You always keep your family in your heart. You always stay connected to them. It's always admirable to see people do that. You're a go-getter. You've achieved so much. You're an adventurer. You're definitely something I always like to see where you're going, what you're doing next, and everything that you're doing. For academics, you've always held it down in the books. Everything you achieved. We are doing positivity. This is positive.
Say I made it. I can wear this sweater with pride because I made it out of Carolina, but the academics weren't always. You was there. The academics they weren't always easy, but
I mean, I tumbled my way through Carolina, but I made it out too eventually.
Yeah,
2000 eventually. Definitely always somebody I always appreciate having around. You're like the little sister I never had. I definitely consider you family, and I definitely love and appreciate everything you're doing, everything you're going to do. And I've said this quite a few times. I don't get to where I am right now without you guys. So anything that I do, just look at it as like a culmination of everything, all the impacts and experiences I've had with you guys. So thank you so much for all that you've done for me, whether it be helping out, just keeping me, telling me to not be ratchet, just your
I do
spirit.
that quite a few times. But...
Quite a few times. Just your energy and your spirit, it definitely illuminates a lot brighter than, I don't know if you know, but it definitely illuminates, and I'm sure it's impacted many people, not just me.
Thank you so much, Rodney. That's I ain't trying to be out here crying or nothing like that. But
this is a safe space. It's a safe space. I'm not going to cry, but.
But I mean, that means a lot to me. I definitely appreciate it. Especially, sometimes, you're going through life. You're like, am I making an impact on people? Am I doing the right thing? And what I'm doing matters. Sometimes I get in those head spaces, so to speak. So just hearing you say that, it definitely means a lot to me. So I really appreciate that. But, I also want to flip it, on the same side on the same token, just meeting you from Carolina to now, just the growth is amazing, and just being around all of you guys, especially you, but just seeing what you've done, especially sometimes the hand that you're dealt, just your strength and resilience and hustle, it's just very inspiring. Like, you're a chef, you are a photographer, you had a magazine, cookbook.
Not the magazine. That was my worst fail. That's my worst L. That was the worst L. That's the worst L.
But the fact that you just stepped out on faith and just did it, like, that's just amazing to me. You just got your master's. Like, it's just amazing to me. You're just so strong for your family, your friends. So I just have the utmost respect about you. You're doing great things. I'm proud of what you're doing, proud of what you will do. I'm glad you're still in my life after all these years, because, a lot of people have fallen by the wayside. So I definitely consider you family as well. And just thank you for being grateful for me, but also know that I'm grateful for you as well.
Thank you. It means a lot to hear that. It's different. You almost got me. When you watch the whole project, you're gonna see a lot of these, and I'm gonna have sunglasses on. And it was specifically so if I cried, nobody would know. But for like the last few, like, I don't know where my sunglasses are right now, so I think they're in the car somewhere. But I've been thugging it out. I have not dropped a single tear yet.
And
Wow.
I think I got two more. And if I can make it through them, I can say I honestly I thugged it out. But it
Good
came
luck.
close. Came close a few times. You almost.
I'm sure, because I'm about to cry like right now, and it's only been what, a few, like, you know.
But no, definitely being able to sing people's praises while they're alive is something I wanted to do, especially in the world we live in now. And just anytime you see somebody famous pass that people like, you see the influx of posts, their music being streamed, their quotes from whatever, from Kobe to Young Dolph to any person that dies, you always see that long Facebook status or that long Twitter rant about how much they love for them. And what I wanted to do is take what I would write, and God forbid anything happen to anybody I know close right now, but I wanted to express everything that I admire about a person or love about a person while they can hear it. Because we're all going through something right now. Because it's unprecedented times. Economy is wild. Public health crisis. The Lakers are trash. Carolina's trash.
How though? I saw the lineup. I didn't even know all those people were on the. You know, that's another story.
That's a complete another story. But I'm grateful I was able to get you on. I wasn't going to do this unless I got all my close friends on. So I'm so thankful for you. Even though you may not be feeling the best, I'm grateful you were taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. And in closing, I love you. Definitely appreciate you, and I hope you have a happy holiday and Merry Christmas. And I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Rodney. Love you as well. Y'all play this at my funeral because you know what he said. Y'all need to know. So I want like a big projector up and just like have that clip of Rodney saying what he said at the funeral. So
you gonna have me up there like Zordon from Power Rangers, just right?
All right. No, love you, Rodney. No, you know, it's always jokes. I love it. I love your spirit and energy. And good luck with your project. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Just like I say on every video, the Zoom recording in progress voice is really creepy. I've heard it entirely too many different times now, and it's starting to get to me. And sometimes I think about it at night, and it's very disturbing. But we got another guest on the 25 Days of Gratitude, another good friend, another Carolina alum, friend for a long time now. We got Sean, a.k.a. Juice Man, a.k.a. Drizzy Drake Rogers. Known Sean, known my guy for a long, long time. And one thing I can always say about Sean is that he is his own man, and he's always been he's always been who he said he is from the moment I met him, and he's always stayed true to that kind of mentality the whole time. And it's difficult, especially as a young gentleman and going through life and going through different experiences. Some people find it hard to be themselves, and I find myself that the people that are around me the most and the longest are the people that are completely authentic. Authenticity. I don't have to wonder who he is or question or second guess it at any time. Solid dude from the day. Always down to lay a helping hand. Still remember the time we did our Thanksgiving giveaway. Just kind of like this spur of the moment kind of deal, and Sean was more than willing to come through and show that this shows the type of character you have. Always down to lend a kind word if you're going through something. Definitely always coming through for me personally, and definitely just wanted to tell you, man, I appreciate you. I'm proud of the growth. I'm proud of everything you've accomplished. I'm proud of your evolution, and still look like Drake, but one day you might grow out of that. But really appreciate you, man.
It's been 10 plus years. I ain't never leaving.
Always down to help. Always a good friend. Never heard anything likewise about it. And if I did, I definitely would have addressed it handedly. And there's somebody I never have to worry about not being themselves. And
I appreciate that, big dog.
no problem, man. And I find that
it's harder and harder. People try to find their niche, and I understand it to a certain extent of trying to fit in where you fit in, but the ability to be yourself and have yourself be good enough. It's always something that I admired about you. It's qualities that I have as well. People have said that about me. I didn't really think about it, so I started doing these, and somebody said like, yeah, you've always been comfortable in your skin. I'm like, yeah, I have to agree. And the people that are around me the most, people that I converse with even to this day, even if we don't see each other all that often, are people that are comfortable in their own skin of who they are, and they're their own man.
That's real. That's true too. You've always been a solid dude, man, from jump.
I mean, I try to keep it 100 as much as I can. Try to stay solid, and it definitely that old saying, "Iron sharpens iron," it definitely holds true for young black men. And it's just watch the company you keep. I'm a reflection upon you. You're a reflection upon me. I wouldn't ever want somebody to say, "Oh man, you hang out with that guy," and vice versa. So I never have to worry about that with you, and I definitely appreciate that, man.
Always, bro. Always, man. And that's you though. You know what I'm saying? Like I gravitate to only people that I feel like I can be around and be my authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm mostly introverted, man. I don't really fool with people, to be honest with you. It may seem like I can be social, but that's what I feel like. Other than that, I only got my small group of friends in my circle that I always fuck with. Other than that, it's only been y'all. And
Definitely, man.
that's always been the case.
Yeah, man. Because same dudes for a long time now. Like I know I'm an introvert, and I know, but there's how Meek said, there's levels to this, and there's only like one of my favorite sayings is my visibility is not the same as my availability or the access you may have to me. So I feel like I'm a very visible person. Kind of a big guy. It comes with the territory. I'm hard to miss, but if you try to get details about me from somebody that's not close to me, it'd be real hard for them to do without lying. I mean, people lie all the time, but
That's facts, though. Man, same thing, man. Like if anybody within my circle was asked about me, they wouldn't know nothing, or they wouldn't even do a hearsay. And that ain't me. So yeah, it's all good, man. We know.
I mean, the people that need to know, they know. And
exactly.
I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man. Definitely proud of you. Appreciate you being who you are and continue to be who you are. Have a Merry Christmas, man. Thanks for hopping on, and I'll talk to you soon.
Always, man. Keep your head up, man. I'll let you soon.
Yes, sir, man. Be easy.
You too, man.
Yeah, that is so creepy.
I hate it whenever I'm on work calls. I'm like, sorry guys.
I don't know how you guys do this, but all right. I'm back again. 25 Days of Gratitude with a special person, another person that's close to me, Courtney France, aka Quan Brescia, and we will go into why that name is important to me and why it stood the test of time. But I met Courtney at, of course, University of South Carolina, and I think one of the differences of me meeting Courtney at the time of my life at that point, I was a little older. I was a bit out of my wild phase, because there was a wild phase. If you know, you know.
Sips tea.
But yeah, Courtney got to see a little bit of an older, more mature Rodney. And what she did for me, she's a kind person. And she also fed me and kept me alive for a semester. So I definitely appreciate that. And what I do appreciate about you is your genuineness, and not only towards me, but people around you. You've always been a leader, and you've been someone that's been in leadership for a while, even when your orientation days when you were leading people around the campus. I don't know the name of what that was. That ambassador, Carolina. Please help me. I don't know what the name of that.
University ambassador.
There you go. There's so many people I know that did that, and I don't know like, that is really cool. I don't know what they're doing. They're leading the future Gamecocks. And of course, going through your professional life, of course, your work with kids and education is something I really admire. And just looking at you kind of grow through the years and develop and become an even better person is something I appreciate that you allowed me to be a part of. And it's nice that I've had a lot of teachers in my life, and I feel like if I had a teacher like you growing up, I might be even further where I am now. So I'm glad that you're using your abilities to enact change around the people around you. So that's one of the things I really appreciate about you is that you're using your abilities, you're using your knowledge, you're using your talents, your swag, everything about you to enact change and affect people around you. Because that's what I like to do. I do it in different ways. I like to make people laugh. I like to cook for them or whatever. But you're using your mind, which is always something I really admired because I'm sharp. I'm kind of sharp, like here and there. But my talents are more so activity and service based. And you being a that change like that, it's really something I admire. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I've continued to follow you and continue to cheer you on over the years because there's a little Rodney somewhere that's been impacted by Miss France, and that's going to propel them forward. And maybe who knows, they'll do something like this, and they'll reflect back. I don't know if you saw the video of Adele for her English teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and
Cried, waterworks all over the place.
that's literally what I envision for you in like 20, 30 years. And you're going to have a little Adele or a little Rodney that's going to look back and be glad that she got to have you as a teacher.
That means a lot, Rodney. Thank you. You're gonna get me emotional. I don't even know where to start. I'm like terrible at taking compliments, but that really means a lot, especially at this time with everything going on. Like I needed to hear that. So thank you. And thank you for just always being a friend. You've always held it down and always willing to listen. And you were there in some of the toughest moments. So
Of course, and you've been there for me too. And you've always been a listening ear. You've always been a non-judgmental ear, and definitely wanted to scream your praises from the top of the rooftops in Charleston, where they're on the rooftops, mountaintops, I guess. We're on the mountaintops is all low country here, but the meaning behind everything is still the same. Is just I'm glad I was able to meet you. I was glad we were able to be friends. I'm glad we're still friends all these years later. I'm glad our nicknames are still describing strong. All right, I guess it's a good point where I could describe our nickname. We were at a Bond or Savvy event?
oh, I want to say
it was a
triple AS. It was triple AS.
Okay, it was a triple AS meeting, and for people that might be outside of the USC network, it's a Black Jerry Springer kind of a thing. But it's really to bring different topics that are affecting the community, and it's really positive. Maybe Jerry Springer is a poor way to describe it. That's not to design.
Quantavious, you're trying it right now.
And if you're listening to this and feel some type of way, I don't care.
Neither do I. Hey.
But yeah, they were doing a social experiment on names and how people's reactions and judgments about the names. And was it the name they gave us, or did we make them up?
I can't remember if they gave them to us, but like, if they gave it to us or we made them up, like we took it and we ran with it and ran the joke out, and we're still going with it.
We have definitely run the joke out. So her name was Quanbrisha.
Yep.
My name was Quantavious, and your name is still Quanbrisha in my phone. It will forever be Quanbrisha in my phone.
That makes me so happy.
And my name will forever be Quantavious.
I loved it when you had your Twitter handle was changed to Quantavious for a minute. It made me so happy.
Rodney Maurice Quantavious Gray Jr. It's going to be a thing.
Oh my God, I've missed you.
You too. Well, next time I'm in Atlanta, I'm definitely gonna have to hit you up and
please
do it a little earlier and more organized. Last time I went to Atlanta was just kind of on a whim. I was in a tough place mentally, and I just needed to get away and go to another city for a little bit. But next time, actually, I have a catering gig in Atlanta after the new year.
Oh, dope. Okay. Just let me know, hit me up.
Yeah, so once the people finalize their dates and when I want to be there, where I'm staying, I'll let you know, and we can definitely we'll grab
Cool.
coffee. We won't grab tea.
All right, I'm down. I'll be in Charleston in March for a wedding. So just know I'm going to be hitting you up and I'm expecting to see your face at some point in time.
Of course, come through. We'll have you if I don't care if we got what we got to do. I'll have you at the restaurant if you know.
Let's do it.
You want to come by and get you a little VIP seating and a bunch of free food and
Say less.
a bunch of free food and wine. So I'll definitely take care of you.
Appreciate it, fam.
But in closing, I definitely want you to know that you are appreciated, and part of you has impacted me and made me a better person. It's made me to continue to want to impact people in the ways that I can. And I think that's the biggest thing that we can do. And especially me being I guess a kind of large figure and African American guy, and I can impact people using my talents in a similar way that other people are impacting people. And I know, regardless if you see it now, but I know you've laid the groundwork and you've planted the seeds, and at least in me, if nobody else, you see the seeds that you planted in me grow into something more. And I thank you for always leading by example, and just know how you see those quotes when people say that somebody's always watching you and silently cheering. I'm definitely always one of those silent and vocal cheerleaders.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I know this is not, it's supposed to be about me. I hate compliments, but I appreciate all of that. But turning it back on you, like I said, just you're an amazing friend. You've held it down. You keep me going, and I appreciate that all. Woo, Rodney, Quantavious, I'm gonna get you. I appreciate it.
Take your time. This is a safe space. Rodney, I like for all my friends to know that I'm a safe space for whatever they're doing, whatever they're going through, or whatever, whether it be emotional, financial, legal to a certain extent. Like I do have family with some land if it ever went that way, and we could do some things, but hopefully it never comes to that. But in all seriousness, I can't wait to see what you do next, and I'm thankful for you to being a part of me.
Thank you. Thank you for being a safe space. Thank you for all the hugs over the year. They've meant the world to me. So thank you. I really appreciate this.
Of course, I appreciate you as well. And of course, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope at some point it's filled with coffee. I have tea because people have judged me tremendously on the amount of coffee I drink. With that said, I'm going to
They're
have
haters. They're haters. They're jealous.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're jealous. They're envious. They're haters. Coffee is life.
Thank you. You heard it here. So I'm going to pour this out, and I'm going to Starbucks before my next meeting.
Takes out tea bag.
Like literally, this is. I do enjoy a good tea. There's nothing wrong.
Good. See, I haven't gotten on that fad yet. I need to step it up. People say it's good for your gut health or whatever. So
like it's good. Like I am. Unfortunately, we are getting older, and that's part of getting older.
Don't tell me.
This is why I had blackberry tea and elderberry tea for my immune system and my gut health.
We're getting old. The fact that we're talking about this right now.
But like, you know what? A good gut health will change your whole outlook in your day.
You know, I'm gonna borrow that, and I'm gonna take note of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and get me some tea after this call.
If you need suggestions, I definitely can help you out.
See, that's why you're fam. I appreciate it. Oh, also Levi says what's up.
Levi's in the building, my dog, literally.
So he's taking a nap right now, but he also appreciates all the things that you've poured into him over the years, because you're his biggest advocate for mischief.
No, Levi's my dog, man. Make sure you get him a nice Christmas gift.
Oh, I will. I haven't landed on one yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll make sure he's spoiled.
Awesome. I appreciate that. All right, Courtney, I hope you have a good day, and hopefully seeing you soon.
Yes, much love always. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, I say this joke all the time, guys. You guys may be tired of it. The Zoom record in progress voice is really creepy. 20 of these have now haunted my nightmares, and they're etched into my brain for the rest of time. So thank you, Zoom, for that. But yeah, I got another guy on the 25 Days of Gratitude, Jerry Thompson III. A friend I don't see that often, but his influence is just through social media and just through knowing him has been really really impactful upon me. I met Jerry like I meet a lot of people that's on this podcast, not podcast, maybe on another time. I met Jerry like how I meet a lot of people. Met him through Carolina, and Jerry's been his own person since the day I met him. And the first time I met Jerry, I don't know if you remember, we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh my God, I was getting my ass whooped.
And no, it's actually a really important point. The character he picked was the least popular character in the game, but that was his guy. His guy was Sentinel, which we later found out was one of the best characters in the game. But he picked his guy, and he stood by him, and he did things his own way. He played in his own way, and that's kind of how you live your life. You live it by your own rules. You take action. You're adventurous. I've always admired that. You're always somewhere. You've always taken and done your own. You've walked a different path from a lot of different people, and you've done things your own way. And that makes me, when I want to take a chance and when I want to do something, that you can see that it could come into fruition and things can work out for the better. So I definitely thank you for that. I don't know if you know that, but I know a lot of people see like, man, this man is out here doing whatever he wants, what makes him happy, and it motivates you to want to do the same thing. I don't look at it as jealousy or anything like that. It makes me want to go get my version of happiness, and I definitely appreciate you that, and definitely being open for your journey, the different experiences that you have, and definitely for being visible, especially as another African American male. It's definitely very good to diversify us and have us be multidimensional. And this, because Jerry he was an athlete, he's a musician, he's a lot of different things, and he's done all of them well, and he's done them all in his own way.
Wow, bro, taking me back to the Sentinel days, dude. Thank you just so much. And you know the spaces. One, I'm honored to have you be a part of this. There are very few people from Carolina I even still talk to. Just it was a whole different life for me. And being able to support you and watch you grow and develop your voice, even to do something like this, like people don't understand how big of a deal it is to not only find a media avenue where you're talking about your thoughts publicly. Like that's one thing that keeps people from doing it, but to be vulnerable in a space. And that's one thing I've admired about you, is that you've always been vulnerable no matter what your journey is, whether it's I have your first cookbook.
Oh man, oh boy.
I have it.
It's
I
so
have
terrible.
it.
It's so terrible. It's so bad. I'm so sorry.
But to see you, but I mean, it's to witness you from being there to where you are now as a fully fledged, person of note and professional in the culinary scene in Charleston, South Carolina, of all places. Like that's, to me, that's beautiful. And so, I mean, it's mutual for me, to be able to have these sorts of connections. These bonds are the only thing that keep me going, because there's not too many other people I can just relate to where we just meet up in a coffee shop weekly, because I don't stay in the same place, So, I mean, it's just been an honor, and to see it all come full circle and to watch your growth journey. That's all I want, man. So I'm glad the nonsense. I'm glad the stuff that I share. I don't want to call it nonsense, but I'm glad that it has a positive impact on you, because I think everybody has the opportunity, especially us, Black men. We need different role models, and you've become you're wildly different than when we met in Carolina.
Thankfully, yes. Thankfully, yes. It's definitely the growth has been quite the journey for me, just from where I was and where I've gone now. And I tell this to everybody that I've done this with, is without you guys, I don't become who I am as a man, as a person, or as a professional. It's just that whole what's the word I'm trying to do? The one man band, self-made kind of title that a lot of people try to portray. It's not feasible, not realistic. It's not something I would ever want to have the mindset to achieve again. But
yeah,
just doing this, I've learned that I didn't get here alone, and I can never say that I was alone. I'm a culmination of a lot of different people rooting for me, a lot of different people sharing their own experiences, having their own experiences, and I'm just learning to reflect from you guys' experiences, your experiences, and using how can I use what he's gone through to influenced my life, and just picking and choosing different pieces. It's like I remember Kobe Bryant said a story about how he would study great white sharks, and he would take like some of their like mindsets and tenacity. I'm like, that's crazy. That's different, but in all reality, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of different people, even like I have friends in different industries, and I'm like, all right, I can learn from them. What can I learn from them to help me push me forward, either as a person, as a professional, or just as a man? And definitely, you pushed me to become more adventurous, try different things, try different experiences, and hopefully, I'll get out to Houston eventually.
Well, you have to meet me out in Mexico. You got to use your passport.
Hey, I got you. We're in there. We're in there. My coworker's from Chile, so we've been working with them for 2 years. We've been working on my Spanish. My Spanish is muy bueno.
Oh wow, because mine is muy malo. It's not good. But I'm working on it. Give me about 6 months. If I can keep catching a few Bumble dates here and there, I'll be fine in 6 months. We'll be good.
I mean, working in an Italian restaurant with a man that speaks very little English, and
Motivation.
translating from Italian to Spanish back to English. It's been a learning curve. It's been quite a learning curve. A lot of people don't know that, so it's different.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the stuff you create along. I mean, it's probably the most delicious learning curve I could imagine.
It's been a delicious learning curve, and it's been a terrible learning curve at times. There's been a lot of terrible dishes. I'm not gonna lie. Don't let a lot of the pictures. I tell people that Instagram is a lie. It's the highlight reels of people's life, and majority of things I post come out delicious. And if it doesn't come out delicious, I'm like, this is terrible. Like the beginning of COVID, I made some really bad croissants. It was awful. I went to bed that night defeated.
See, now I would have judged you in the croissants because after my French experience in Paris, like I know a good croissant. So I'm glad that you've come full circle on that. But that's the truth, man. At the end of the day, I know we could probably end up talking about a million things. Want to keep things focused, but like this is a game in failure. As much as I do, I only anticipate a 10 to 20% success rate. And that's more than enough to get you anywhere you want to go. But just anticipate 8 times out of 10 failure. And if you can deal with that, not only are you probably on a path that is suited for you, but now you have a reasonable expectation. And anything more than 20% is a bonus. Now you're just riding high, But that's all I shoot for, man.
Well, you're doing a great job. Keep killing it, man. Definitely proud of you. Proud we're still able to connect like this. Merry Christmas. Thank you for hopping on the last possible second, because I'm gonna try and get all this together. Definitely appreciate the two of you, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, sounds good, Rodney. Thank you so much, and happy holidays, bro.
Same to you, man. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Cheers.
Take care.
And there you have it, folks. That was a lot. I don't know about you guys, but truly grateful for a lot of different people in my life. A lot of different individuals have been instrumental in making me who I am as a man and as a person. But it's not complete. This list is not complete. Thankful for my family, grateful for you guys, for grandma, for aunt, for mom, grandpa. Without you guys' support, I don't turn or do anything, any of the good that I think I'm doing, that I hope that I'm doing. And so I'm thankful for you guys as well. For anybody that's watching this, I urge you to reach out to your loved ones as well. Express your gratitude, friends, family, old teachers, coworkers, whoever it may be. You don't know who's just holding on and who needs that extra little boost this holiday season. And not just the holiday season, just in life in general. I'm gonna have some links down below in the comment section, whatever it's called. I'm linking the articles about gratitude, and if you need help, please reach out. I'll have resources for that as well. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm always willing to lend a listening ear, talk your head off like you guys have seen. So with that said, happy holidays, happy New Year's, and take care of yourself, guys. Peace. And I didn't cry because gangster, bro. I'm gangster, bro. Bye.